It is Red Bull Faster Stage 2, the $50,000 playoffs that will get us our top 8. We will play the in-person grand finals in Amsterdam. You might not be familiar with the format that they're going to be playing or how it's going to work. For now, let's only look at the left side, round 1, right? First place automatically goes to grand final in all 4 matches. You have 4 spots there locked in. If you fail at first place, you still get to continue playing if you make at least top 12 in your match. So 13th to 25th in these matches are just completely out immediately. But if you make the upper half, you can continue playing. Now, 9th through 12th only gets 1 more chance, whereas if you get 2nd to 8th place, you actually get 2 more chances. So if you do really well in your first match, you play in round 2, and here, the winner of these 2 matches also directly qualify. Round 1 of Stage 2 of Red Bull Faster is about to start. Very exciting that we're back 1 year later with more action. Good luck to all. We're gonna have knockouts. 3 lives per player, 4 rounds per track, and a golden round. Every single map until we have 4 players left. A golden round is a round where you can gain back a heart by winning the race. And we're actually starting on road trip. Here we go. Good luck, have fun. We are live, and the bottom 4 players in this first round lose a heart. So we're gonna mostly look at the bottom rather than the top of the leaderboard. Richie, I think, failed the first shift. Area has a lot of issues, and they're both down there by a lot after the first turn. Richie's also missed the jump again. Mitra and Karusatina have missed it as well. But they're trying, alright. +8 first round. Not too much to worry about. As it looks like we have 14 out of 25 playing. Guys, I did predict this could happen. That we did have some players that mostly played for the initial Stage 1 prize pool. And like, if you're going up against Epos, Mura, Wosal, maybe if you think you have no chance, then you don't put in the time to train. That is something we thought could happen. But we will see if this was just a fluke from some of the players, or if they actually have trained and just got off to a very bad start. Area with +9 seconds could actually avoid losing a life here, because Rossi failed quite poorly in the middle. Gotta make sure you don't fall off here though. Uh-oh. Mitra coming closer. Mitra into safety here if he snipes him. But Area holds on by the looks of it. Oh, and Mitra as well. Charles failed the ending. So Rossi, Richie, Karusatina, and Charles all lose a life in round 1. Bit confusing, but we'll see. We also now have a tournament record. So we're keeping track of the time attack record, 109.70. And Epos winning that round with 110.30. That is now the tournament record. Round 2 looks like everyone but Rossi survived the start. Rossi is going to be down to 1 life here pretty much. No way around it. But the rest of the field got through. Karusatina with a small mistake. The rest are close. Into the hills. The least Dutch feature of this otherwise very Dutch map. The up and down hills. Into the water. Area struggling a bit. Wiggity has lost a lot of time. And it's them two now into the red. Area and Wiggity. But Wiggity is closer. Mitra has stopped in the windmill. Has gotten stuck. Area passing him too. But it's looking very rough for Caruso and Rossi as they're losing 2 out of 2 lives in the first rounds. Area with a beautiful end. And that actually matters. He jumps into safety. And knocks Wiggity out of it. So 1 life left for Caruso and Rossi. If you get knocked out before top 12, you are instantly out of the tournament. But even if you get 12th, you get to play 1 more match afterwards, at least. Round 3 now out of 4, and the next one is going to be a golden round. So if they can hang on here, and then simply beat Epos and Mura in a round, then they have maybe better chances staying in. Regain 1 life. It's a bit surprising to see Wirtual this far down out of the start. Caruso here has not done their homework. Maybe Mitra either. As soon as you see him on non-icy surfaces, it's like seeing a fish out of the water. Not in his element right now. But yeah, Wirtual quite far down. On the verge of losing a life. Rossi in a lot of trouble as he has failed again. But I did see Charles fail. I saw Wiggity missing the windmill entry, and suddenly Rossi's into safety for now. It is Mitra, Charles, Wiggity, and Caruso as we go into the ending. Charles very close though to Rossi. So far, so good for him. Hanging on. Oh, he might miss the rail. Oh, that looked wobbly. Does he get sniped? Rossi got sniped by 100th and is immediately out. Oh, that was heartbreaking for Rossi. I mean, it's unlikely he would have lasted much longer, but the other 12 have now made it into the next match. So now we have the first golden round. No top players have lost a life yet, so not expecting to see any of them risk for no reason. But it is an opportunity, maybe for someone like Richie, who is pushing right now. Up in first. Good wall ride too. 19.5 checkpoint here is pretty good. Goes very close to the pillar, so now cannot push for speed. Appos gains a lot towards him in that segment. But okay, he's in the mix for it. We also will have the bottom 3 players now lose lives until we are into the top 8. That looks like Mitra might just be out of the competition as well. Area has 2 seconds, yes, to gain up to the next player. Charles in a lot of trouble. Richie 0.3 behind that first place and regaining a heart. I don't expect anything much to change in the bottom of the standings here. So we could look up ahead, but it is going to be a little far for Richie. No golden round 1 from him. Area respawns, but the others are through. Mitra is out. What does a golden round do? It'll make more sense deeper into the match, but the winner of the round regains 1 heart. So everyone starts on 3. Sorry about this. Everyone starts on 3, and you can build up to 5. I'm still remembering last year's rules. Yeah, the winner gets a heart. So Mudda up to 4 hearts now. Guys, we can't have the caster be confused at his own rule set. We gotta lock in. Bottom 3 lose a heart. Still, we have 7 players in the match without having lost a life. And Mudda's gained 1. Area is sideways on the very first jump. And he is engine off, and you can see how much time this loses. 4 seconds down already. Painful. Avon crashing here too. And it is just like you can never regain the lost speed. The others are having fun this round and you're not. Here there's a bit of a speed reset as there's a sharp turn, but he crashes into it, so he's not getting much closer. Charles has made a mistake as well. They are right now the bottom 3. As Wiggity is clinging on. He has 1 life left. Cannot afford a single crash here. Or he's out. Does a very late no slide. That does get him through, but the others... Oh, no slide here. Is Avon closer? Yes, he is. He could snipe it away here and knock out Wiggity. Appos has low speed, and that is not going away, like we've talked about. Appos now into the red for the first time, but he has a good ending. He's very strong on this map. I believe he's going to snipe Avon. Last corner, early drift onto the grass a bit, but it gets the job done. Appos snipes Avon, stays on 3, and knocks Avon down to 2. And yeah, the winning time here, guys, 108.5. Showing that they are indeed taking a lot of precautions. Round 2. Now there's 1 less player on Flawless. We're down to 6. Also, Apples there was barely that he avoided losing a heart himself. Did anyone fail to start just now? No, they all got it pretty much clean. Only some small adaptations. It's about a 0.4 gap. Missing the turn here a little bit. It's another 0.2 area. Finds himself in an area he does not want to be in. That is a very tough position to come back from, and he only has 1 life. Could be him out of the comp. Richo has a lot of struggles surviving that turn, but he makes it. Great no slide by Wosal. We could have a double knockout here because Wiggity is down. He also misses the no slide, pops the horn. Bit of desperation. Susui is into the hay bales. That's a position gain. He needs 1 more in the ending though, or he will be out as well. Does anyone fail this corner? It's pretty wide and needs to get through. And both Area and Wiggity are out. Susui losing a heart as well. We are actually into the top 8. Okay. So now every player who's made it to here, guys, has guaranteed themselves a spot in second chance. So that is after these 4 matches, there will be a second chance match. There will be a survival match and a final chance one. Sounds confusing at this point, but basically what you need to know right now is that it's very good for these players. It's great outcome. Second best to winning the whole match. So from this point onwards, you full send, you try to be the last player standing, but you have secured yourself more chances later today if you don't get it. Mistake here from Richo. Only the bottom 2 now lose a life, so although there's a big gap down to him, it's very close other than that. Wosal 0.4. Catching up a lot there. I believe that's Richie. Up ahead. Speed into this 180 corner, so important. Look at the wide setup from Wosal. Tries to build from there. Then the no slide here on the grass with the action key. Catching up a lot towards Susui. Into the Neo slide. Looks like Wizzy has failed it. That is a turn that is very keyboard favored, actually. You wouldn't think it on a map where you're rolling so smoothly and all that something could be keyboard favored. But to quickly initiate a drift with not a lot of space on the track is better on keyboard than steering wheel. So he fails it, loses a heart. Mudda's dominance could bore fans. I mean, right now, Epos is keeping up. We did predict these two to be the fastest, the most consistent. And here, guys, let's pay attention to the top players, because it's a golden round. Anyone can gain an extra life. Even Mudda, up to 5 hearts total. It looks like it doesn't even fit on the scoreboard, so not sure what we do there if he wins it. Epos could get it, Wosal could get it, they're all gonna push for it. Wissy could restore 1 heart as well that he lost. Epos with low speed here puts him a little bit further out of contention. Still not decided, but 0.2 is hard to gain. Gets so close to that wall though and catches up towards Mudda. He wants to push for it. His rival, his closest rival, Mudda, has gotten a heart already and he's looking for double. Down into the 180 turn. Can Epos build more speed perhaps? Gets decent speed outcome, but Mudda still up front. Richie close as well. Mudda gets a good no slide and early wall entry, but then the Neo slide. Oh, he's there. He gets it. Pushes a bit late. Richie very close now. Mudda still has the speed advantage. Into the downhill. Looks like Mudda is gonna get another one here. But Epos is very close. It's still Mudda though. Up to max HP now. 5 hearts for him. Susui loses a heart and Wosal. So Susui now down to 1 heart. At this point, Mudda has reached the maximum number of hearts, but he can still keep denying the others, right? If you go into the 1 versus 1 at the end and you have 5 hearts and your opponent has 2, that's a huge advantage. Now we're on to Obstacle. This is, I'd say, the most competitive map out of all of them. We're going to have the closest rounds on Obstacle. The 5 heart max rule might have been put in place specifically for Mudda. Well, I mean, like, what do you need extra hearts for? You have 5. I mean, you can drive like Elcon for 4 rounds and still be in. You don't need more hearts than 5. It would be silly. It would be silly to have like 10 lives. You have an inventory full of totems, like in Minecraft at that point. But yeah, look at this. This is what I meant. Everybody's within 0.2. There's this uphill air brake. Wosal tried to do it. Didn't fully get it there, though. So he is at the tail of the field. Into the loop. You want to try to get a straight line down. Just kind of diving down the hill. But he's losing further ground. 0.4. The gap between everybody. Apple's having to slow down. That might be Apple's losing a life because he didn't land on top of the bridge. And Susui face plants. Wosal misses. Is Apple's gonna be alright? He is, wow. A little bit of luck for him there, as Wosal messes up the ending. Susui is out, and Wosal, one of the favorites here, down to 1 heart. Quite surprising. Only Apples and Mura have been flawless. But yeah, did not expect to see that. Susui says no problem. He's in the second chance match later today. Differences of inputs here in the start. So we're trying to get a 8.1 low checkpoint. You can also get 8.0 with perfect bumper tricks in the start, but risky. Cross the no brakes into the water. Richie has crashed the fence. Quick to adapt though. Didn't cost him much, and Wosal is 1 second behind. They all should recognize this. And maybe they're able to drive the ending safely, but the one thing that can happen is what happened to Wosal, where you expect to have really high speed out of the wood and then you don't. So you jump at an aggressive angle and you fail it. Could happen to someone, maybe keeping Wosal in. Richo very low speed here, perhaps the most risky of them all. And there comes Wosal, through in the ending, keeps himself. He doesn't keep himself in the match. What am I saying? He's out, bottom 2 lose a heart. And Richo is down to 1. Wosal would save himself there, but the situation was a lot more dire. Best time so far in the match, 52.7. And we know the world record 51.9, so they are playing quite safe. But I think in later matches, guys, we'll see that go faster and faster. Streamer forgets his tournament. Not forgetting my tournament. But it is just a lot to convey, to think about. So quite tense rounds now. You gotta get top 4 out of 6 players. It's not like this in Cup of the Day, for instance. It's easier to survive a Cup of the Day round than here. Wissy now has to get past Avon and 1 more player to avoid losing a heart. Whereas Richo, clinging on, he's 1 heart and 2nd place for now. Avon trailing Wissy even further behind. Mura might lose his first heart, but he gets a good landing and holds on. And Richo wins the round. So he is looking good for the golden round. That's coming up now. Avon down to 1 and Wizzy down to 1 as well. Now this golden round is important. Appos is going to want it. I think he's going to full send for it. But if Mura denies them all here, it is crazy. It is a crazy advantage to have going into the end game of the match. So we're paying attention to both Appos and Mura now. And maybe someone else can snipe it, but look at this line across the sand from Appos there. So inside. Misses the wallbang though. Let's go break too late. He was pushing it. And now he's in last. And 0.2 into the ending is a hard gap to recover from. And right now we do see Richie in 2nd last, so it could be that every player survives this round too. They're driving good lines across the sand again. Up front, a gap is forming. Will they all get the wood flick correctly though? Wissy going too wide. He might be out there as Richie passes him. And that will be the case. Wissy is out. Appos loses his first life. And Mura wins another golden round. 3 golden rounds in a row. Mura almost has as many lives as the entire field has combined. The only thing that could stop Mura in the Elite Cups was that there's just 1 life, but if you're giving him more lives for winning rounds, then you see scoreboards like this, and we are on Everest. Convenient Everest as map 4. The world record is a 56.8 by Mura. A good match time here, guys, is a low 58. If you drive a 58 low, you're doing great. You might even win a round with 58. If you drive sub 1 minute here, you might avoid losing a life. Like, it is that difficult. So now through the start, this is where we'll see some differences, I think. Oh, Avon too much on the inside clipped, and he's probably 5 seconds behind. Epos with a slow snow slide, 0.6 behind, is gonna risk Richo almost crashing the fence on the right side, but makes it past. Epos has to try to find something if he wants to challenge Mutta with a healthy health bar. Up to the platforms now. He goes on red. Richo and Richie both get the first part of yellow. That's the hardest part. The landing there is okay. And Epos now 0.4 behind them, going into the spins. Is he gonna send it here to try to catch up to 1? If he passes Richo, then Richo is out of this match. Last turn. Is Epos gonna send it? He doesn't straighten. He goes forwards and he passes him by 0.04. Richo and Avon are both out. Now, guys, what this does is 2 things. Whenever we get less than 5 players left, no more golden rounds. So there are no more golden hearts to get for the players, and 1 life lost per round now. So Mutta is on 5, Richie and Epos on 2 each. Mutta has more lives than the other 2 combined. It's a great risk in the end by Epos to catch up. And that last round was won by Mutta with 58.3. The pace can go a lot faster. Oh, Epos got the good start, and he released properly to avoid it. They all actually are on really good runs right now. Richie, though, with the lowest speed. And now, do they get past the fence? Richie in trouble. Hits the fence, gets pushed away. Did not have the correct ice slide angle there, and he's about a second behind. Was able to recover quite okay. It's still not over because we do have the bridges to go. Epos had to release so much to stay alive. Richie is 2.2 seconds behind. He's losing further ground. If Mutta and Epos both survive the spins here, then they will push Richie down to 1 heart. Looks like they're going very safe here, at least Epos. Making sure nothing can go wrong. Mutta pushing, and that's a 57-6. Wow. It's looking more and more dominant. But we did have this happen last year. One of the matches I remember most vividly was the match where it was Pack versus Scrappy. And Scrappy was leading. He got Pack down to 1 heart, I believe, and then Pack came back and won like 2 or 3 in a row. So things can still happen in a 1 versus 1. And now pressure on Richie. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. But the others have it so consistently too. You want a low 16 checkpoint here. They both have it. Richie crashes the fence. No slide lock by either Mutta and Epos. They both get through. Into the drop down. 2 seconds ahead. That is almost the range you need to go for safe finish. If you see around 3 seconds ahead, you can go for the safe finish, which skips the spins entirely. So they haven't quite gotten themselves that buffer. They do have to go for risky, but they can take it very carefully here. Into the spins, just gotta make sure you don't slide out in any portion. And they've got it. We have a 1 versus 1 between Epos and Mutta. Mutta on 5 hearts, Epos on 2. 1 more round of Everest, and then there are 2 maps left in rotation. Those are Railways and Skate. So we'll see which one comes next. I think Epos might want Skate as the next one. From what I've seen in rounds, very good there. But it's purely random, so let's see. Can Epos take the first life off of Mutta's health bar here? In the entire match, he's been flawless. Keeps good pace on the start. Slides early to avoid the fence. That's good. Both of them on great runs here. 22 low. Fantastic splits. Will he try the yellow path here? He has his back against the wall a bit. Needs to find something. Does he go yellow? He tries it, but he's slipping and the risk does not pay off. Very likely to lose a life here. Had he gotten that landing, he could gain on the next portion and it would be about equal into the ending. I respect the move. He's saying Mutta's pace is so quick anyways. I gotta do something. But yeah, look at this time for Mutta. It's a 58.2 with a bit of safing. Would have been another 57-ish. So, yeah. Crazy stuff. Mutta on 5 hearts, Epos on 1. Alright. We are probably rooting for Epos here to extend the match a little bit, but Mudda could go perfect, like flawless, winning every golden round and not losing a heart for the entire match if he wins this. Better start for Epos on the side scroller. Into the bottom path. Do they dodge the walls? Yes, on the first one. Epos now inside line. Doesn't want to mess with the outside. The outside has more speed, but he's still gonna remain ahead, even though Mudda gets closer. Onto the side jumps. Can go to the left here for a bit less airtime. Up the wall, close and down. And now they're gonna go separate. Epos goes to the left, Mudda goes to the right. Mudda was a bit behind entering the section, but he does this really well, and it builds a lot of speed into the dirt, so he actually passes in that segment, 0.1 ahead. Into the ending now, Epos needs to risk the quarter pipe jump very low to keep himself in the match, or we could have our first qualification. It's close, but if Mudda gets this last jump right, he will be the first person to secure himself a spot in the in-person grand finals in Amsterdam, and Mudda gets the job done. Flawless qualification through stage 2. He is going to Amsterdam to play for the 50,000 euros. GG. I'm starting to think he's pretty good. You know, if I ever ran an esport org, I think I'd sign this guy for his consistency, and there's this other guy, this like French-Australian player who's really good. Maybe someone should make a team formed around those players. That would be pretty good. That would be pretty good. Alright guys, first match done. The action is not stopping. We are jumping straight into the next one actually. Match 2 here is said to be the group of death, and we're starting on Soapbox. Good luck to all. 16 out of the 25 here playing. The rest not fancying their chances against Carl Jr., Musa, Scrappy, Glenn, Link, Cackney. I get it. But let's see the top 16 that have come to compete on this server. Into the first round. We do see number 1 Riolu fan, who said he's kinda doing his discovery. They're basically playing for the fun of it. I respect that, showing up. He is last here though. Maimo and Tamar with similar starts. And we do see Whoopsie here being the player first out of the red ones, the players in the bottom. But quite a gap up to Shynox. Tamar with more speed has a better chance at the comeback right now. They go into the downhill. This is an important drift. It's a bit of a neo slide, which means favored towards keyboard when you do it. And Shynox is getting caught up to by Tamar. Into the last corner here, guys, and up towards the finish. Tamar pushing with a lot more speed. Looks like he's slowing down, but he has it under control. Tamar keeps it clean, and Shynox, Whoopsie, number 1 Riolu fan, and Maimo Jr. all lose a life each. Gwen won the round with a 108.3. The best we've seen in the match so far is 108.05 by Epos. And world record 107.33. So, quite the difference when they're time attacking compared to rounds. But it's also, you know, you're shaking some nerves and things like that. You want to feel fully confident before you drive the craziest lines ever. Yami's had to respawn. That is a massive mistake. Number 1 Riolu fan also. I mean, is he impersonating Riolu himself with how slow he's moving right now? Is this a bit of an impersonation, a roleplay? You can see he's moving about 40 to 80% of the speed of the other cars, as a true fan would. Very, very committed to the bit by the looks of it. And other than that, we again have Tamara and Maimo Jr. on the cutoff. Whoopsie there as well, but he is currently in the clear. It's Tamar versus Whoopsie. Whoever wins this battle keeps an extra heart. Scrappy has failed. Oi, oi, oi. Scrappy actually gets overtaken by all of them. He doesn't have the reactor booster anymore, so Scrappy loses a heart very early on. And Link also lost a life. But, you know, Link is where we have some questions. He's so fast. It's just about consistency. It's just about consistency. I forgot you can't respawn at all on this map. And it says oops. So that can happen. But now he's up in first again. So much pace. If he can do that next round in the golden round, he could be back to 3 hearts, like his other main opponents. Out of the start here, we don't see any favorites with a big mistake. You can see Carl Jr. driving as well, keeping it clean. And then quite a gap here between Whoopsie in 13th and Shinex in 12th. It is a bit unfortunate if like your worst map comes up first, because yeah, you lose 3 out of 4 rounds and you're instantly out. And for some of these players, what they're going to be playing for is top 12. That will have them... Oh, Cackney's off the track. That looks like he could lose a heart there. Shinex and Brick finishing in. Yeah, Cackney losing a heart. For a lot of players, top 12 is the goal, because that gets you through to a match later today. But a small salute here for #1 Riolu fan. Not the fastest, not the most well prepared, but he showed up and played. We gotta respect that. All right, top 15. How many players lose a heart? You can see it always top left in very small writing. It says 4 lives lost until 12 players remain. Ooh, Tamar, I believe, with the crash there, and look how slow. Oh, the paints of engine off. You hit a wall in the wrong spot on this map, and there is a checkpoint just so far away that you're rolling towards. That is why this one is very scary in rounds. We don't see anyone really get close to the world record yet. Whoopsie and Mimo Jr. both on 1 life left and 10 seconds behind. All but guarantees they're out. Unless someone has a worse one. Look at Cackney here now. If we can find him. I mean, he is on a tourist run at this point because the checkpoint is unbelievably far away. And he lost 4 seconds in that one segment. Tamar passes him. And is now not even in the clear. It's Shinex, yeah. Shinex is the last spot without losing a heart that round. Whoopsie, Mimo Jr. out. Cackney down to 1. And Mussa wins the golden heart. So he's up to 4. We have Skate now. We haven't seen this map yet. So bottom 4 still lose a life. We could go down to the top 12 here. Cackney is just on 1 heart. Well, let's see how they get along. Oh, Cackney missed the entry here by a lot. And missed the jump. Got an ankle twister on the landing, and it's not going to make the subsequent jump either. Oh, he is. My mistake, but it's still a 2-second gap. Shinex has missed the ramp entry. So Cackney passes 1. Now the flip up. Who gets it best? Does anyone go too low? Scumdeer. Backflip landing corrects it, though, to continue. It's faster than respawning. But he needs to now pass 2 to not lose a life. And we're seeing Yami on the cutoff. It's in the position just before you lose health. Carl Jr. kind of down there as well. Hasn't had the best round. Gwen with low speed. Is Tamar going to capitalize? Gets past Gwen here. Gwen jumping into the woods. And he is certainly going to lose a life. Tamar flips out. And it's fine. Yeah, Skundir, Gwen, Cockney, and Shinex all losing a heart is a big surprise. And that also gives us our top 12 guys. So unfortunately, Cackney fully out of the cup, but everyone else is on the server now has made it through to play at least 1 more match later. And so far, only 5 players remain on max HP. Mussa, Mime, Sinks, Brick, and Carl Jr. But of course, they want more than just another match. They want to qualify directly. And then you gotta be the last player standing out of everybody here. 1 mistake is fine. That's the beauty of the hearts. You can lose 1. It's all good if you don't make subsequent mistakes. And now on the flip. I think Skundir is gonna overcorrect and jump very high. Tamar going low. My god, that was too low because he landed sideways, but he made it. Mime jumped too low and got a bad landing. And it's Scrappy, Yami, Mime in the bottom positions. Mime is 3 seconds behind with Yami. They're not looking likely. And the third player in the red right now is Skundir. He passed someone. Tamar bumped. Another player bumped. Not sure what the fallout is there. Carl Jr. looks like he's winning the round. Mime might pass Brick here on the safe fin. Not quite. It's Sinks, actually, who was flawless for now. He's gonna lose a heart. Shinex out. Yami down to 1. So we go into the next one, guys. It's shaping up a bit. These ones, they always start out a bit gently, I feel like. The predicted favorites survive for most of the rounds. And then it's just pure cinema with like the top 8. When it's all stacked. Everyone's in the groove. So quite a lot of mistakes so far, but I think that will change. Yami with a bad landing. He had a poor round previously and now struggling too. Zinks and Skundir as well. Up the flip, someone missed it entirely. Yami's high with a lot of speed. Past Brick, who I think was the unlucky one. Now the flip. Some players going high just to ensure it, but they're trying to play it safe. It's just, it's a little bit too much caution. You cannot really afford that here. So they're still deep in the red here. Skundir about half a second ahead of Sinks. Low speed here for Skundir, but he makes the jump up. The gap is now 0.4. Sinks sounds like he's getting closer, but still very far. They all make the flip. And Sinks, Yami, and Brick lose another life. Yami's out. And Sinks is down to 1. This last round of skate, guys, the winner of the round can gain an extra heart. Let's see who gets it. First place gains a life, bottom 3 lose 1. I'm watching Link Max for the start of this one. It's quite a wide landing, but he wants the speed. Makes this jump up easier because you can release a lot in the air and be slower on the landing. Then jumps very far left. You have to keep 4th gear in this landing. He does. Releases late. Jumps up into the quarter pipe and is in 3rd place just behind Gwen and Mime. Now how low do you go? It's a game of limbo. Gwen goes very low and gets an almost perfect flip. The landing is lacking a bit of speed. And he also gets a good landing into the water slide. But here Link has more speed. Link is now a little bit closer. It's only 800ths. The landing is so good for Gwen though. But Link's still staying close into the drift. Gwen gets a better landing. Link clips a bit. The battle's not over as Musa joins, but he misses the landing entirely. Might lose a life. Was chasing the golden a bit too much. Gwen had Limp. Oh, I was gonna say maybe Snipes. 200ths apart. And Gwen takes the extra life. Good round. So Gwen wins an extra heart. Tamar and Brick are losing a heart there. And Musa as well, I believe. We are on Everest. It's the hardest map. There's no question. This is the type of map that, like, even if you have max HP, your Carl Jr. or your Musa or your Mime, this can really trip you up. So the dangers already start here, as you need to get a 4th gear ice slide with a bunch of speed. Mime has it, Carl Jr. had it exactly perfect. You want a low 16 checkpoint. If you don't get that ice slide, you already lose about a second. Gwen hits the fence. Almost too far to the right there, and it would be a lot worse. Into the drop down, you gotta make sure you don't get pushed too far to the right, or you hit the stack of stones. And now onto the bridges. Sinks is off, Scrappy's off, Brick is off. 3 players lost on the small bridges. It is so hard to get through that cleanly. And Brick only has 1 life left. Same for Sinks. Scrappy with 2 can maybe salvage himself here as he passes Skundir and is now into the clear before the spins though. He needs to get very good spins. He sets up quite far to the right, so it's hard to correct back. But he's got it. He's got it clean. And he saves himself. Carl Jr. failed to finish. And Carl Jr. has lost his first life of the match. The winning time, 58.3. And yeah, about a 1:02 needed to not lose a heart here. 6 seconds behind the world record. When do you ever see this on a Trackmania competition this scale? Like, it's... This map is just brutal. It's just a brutal map. Like, they all want to drive safe, obviously. Oh, you can drive a 102. Let me just safe down the mountain. It's not that easy, even if you want to drive a safe run to survive the track. So we got the super ice slide, the ice speed slide here. The people in front all got it good, of course. Skundir has lost so much time. 2 seconds. Oh, this was good though. He's down here with Massa and Sinks. Sinks off on the left there, slid out somehow. And that's very likely him out of the competition, as it is, I mean, an 8-second mistake or something. Something brutal. Skundir clipping again. Let's jump on board with Massa, who also clips on the bridges. Not looking good here. The last spins. Carl Jr. up in front. Scrappy setting up very wide. Carl Jr. had to respawn. Getting some nerves here now, Carl. He had to respawn. That's going to be another life loss for him. Skundir is out and Sinks is out. Carl down to 1 HP. Last year's winner of Red Bull Faster, guys. By getting top 8, he has secured himself the second chance match later. So he will play at least 2 more games. But this is already a little bit scary. Everest did indeed trip him up. Let's go on board with him now. The other favorites have at least 2 or more lives. And Carl has to survive this one to get a chance at the golden. But he has a very bad ice slide. He doesn't get the super start. Yeah, this is dire straits. Bottom 2 lose a heart. He has to respawn with Mime. And now he has to hope for a miracle. He needs that one more person. Fails in the ending. Because he's ahead of Mime. He got the slide lock. But if nobody of the... Tamar might have... Oh, it's a short respawn though. But is he nervous now, Tamar? He could knock out Carl Jr. in the first match here. We will see Carl later regardless. I gotta reiterate the point, but he could knock out Carl Jr. Not something you get the chance to do every day. Into the spins. Last one. He's over-angled. He's backwards. But still, it might be enough. Carl Jr. knocked out of this one. We will see him later in second chance. 3 bad rounds in a row on Everest, and he's out. The mountain claimed him. But that was a brutal 3 rounds of Everest. Top 6. Golden round on Everest. Do you dare to risk here? Link looks like that is in his plans. The way he drove that first uphill looked like he was attacking the corners already from the start. Mime there as well. Into the downhill, no slide lock. Gwen could not exit that ice slide. He was stuck in it, but he does have 3 lives, so he can spare 1 mistake. Onto the bridges. Is there a yellow here? He's going for yellow path, and that sends him off the map. Mime went for red. The safer choice, being the better choice for now. Massa is in contention. 0.3 here is not a lot of time, guys. Into the ending, but Mime has extended that lead. Massa goes for a very wide slide setup. Does not look likely to catch up to Mime, who gets a very good ending. And a 58 there. And who loses a life? It is actually Gwen. Tamar keeps himself in. Gwen and Link both losing a life. Mime regaining 1. But we go to obstacle. The plastic bounce here, guys. There was a plastic bounce incident last year. This plastic bounce, pure skill in how you take it. If you don't rotate the car enough and hit with the back of the car, then you don't get a good plastic bounce. The players all know it, and we will see who does it the best. First round on it now. Bug slide, let go break. Oh, one player had it very slow, and I think that was actually Tamar. It was not. It was Scrappy. 0.3 behind. Very close. Bottom 2 lose a heart. It's Mime and Link up front. Onto the sand. Gwen deepest into the red. But he is good at the end here, I think. Tamar jumping very far, having low speed, clips the fence a bit. That looks like it's going to be him out. Gwen also missing the end, but Link does too. Is Link out of Red Bull match here? Yes, he is, unfortunately. Both Link and Tamar are out. A valiant effort by both here. But yeah, top 4, guys. One of these 4 will directly qualify to the grand final. And am I correct in that none of them qualified last year? I think so. I think so. So that is very exciting. Time to clutch up, see who gets it the best. We have a brand new grand finalist in Red Bull Faster. It's just a matter of finding out who it's gonna be. Again, Mime driving so good on this map. Another very fast start. Under 27 there on that checkpoint is quick. Scrappy in trouble. Only the player in last loses a life at this point. And Scrappy's getting a bit closer to Massa. Need a lot of speed here. That seems to be part of the solution for this fast. And Gwen doesn't get it. He clips. Gwen loses another life and it's down to 1. Mime wins with a 52. And Scrappy and Massa survive without any damage taken. The ending of this map, guys, is so important. And it has to do with gears on wet wood. And when you're sideways, the game can either think you're in 3rd gear or 4th gear, depending on speed and angle and stuff. And when you straighten out, it's very important that you get the 4th gear exit. Or 3rd gear, or whatever it is, but there's a higher gear and a lower gear you can get. Massa with a weak start here, but comes back in the sand. The plastic bounce is good. Goes for the air brake tap. Gets it. Inching ever so slightly closer to Gwen. Mime, another fast start here. Mime could really run away with the match on this map if he gets the golden round, which it really looks like he's gonna do. Into the end. Who loses a heart? Is Massa gonna pass Gwen and knock him out here? Oh, that's a very good ending by Massa. Gwen doesn't really get it to work in the ending here. And so he is out. It's Scrappy, Massa, and Mime. Oh, there's too few players for the golden round. You're right, guys. You're right. The golden round is out of play. So at this point, we play with the hearts remaining. 3 for Mime, 3 for Massa, 2 for Scrappy. He had that one incident on Soapbox. And Massa had 4 at one point and then lost it on Skate. Now we will see who deals with this the best. Scrappy, of course, known as the Cup of the Day King, has won more knockout matches than anyone else in Trackmania. But also, he finds himself in the worst spot so far. Better plastic hit though. To pass Massa, more speed as well. But again, Mime start here, so strong. Even with a weak end, Mime could hold on to this. It's already basically a 1v1 versus Massa and Scrappy. And the nosedive better for Scrappy, I believe, the better speed. Oh, he messes up the inputs a bit. Doesn't get the fast end. And Massa takes this round. Scrappy down to 1. Last year in Red Bull Faster, Scrappy got to the top 2 of his match, but then lost in the final 1 versus 1 against Pac. And now he's like right at the doorstep, you know? He's that close again. But he needs to find something. Needs a good map here, probably. Something that suits him. We get Road Trip, but it is a mostly pace-based map. Compared to Everest, you're less likely to see respawns and things like that, so... Let's see it decided by pace, hopefully. Oh, that's already a big mistake from Massa in the start. Scrappy gets the flick, and so does Mime. Where's Massa? He is fully out. Forget what I said. This round is over. It's a 15-second gap. I mean, yeah, 8 seconds. Massa's looking at the map of the railways while the others are out on a road trip. Okay. This round is over. Massa's going for the double warm-up gambit. Rarely seen in Trackmania. Instead of driving 1 warm-up, you do 2 at the cost of 1 heart. And then it's time to walk in. But we can see the pace here very close between Scrappy and Mime. And both are on good runs, by the way. Like 110 mid. In the ending here, if you can keep second gear up that hill, it's faster. And then hit the bell. 1:11:09, the winning time. One of these three will go to the grand final. Let's find out who it is. Massa missed this drift last time. Now he gets it with a good line for the jump up. A little bit worried for Scrappy there. It's a low line. He does get the landing cleanly. If you try to do that too low, you actually clip. And the landing is disastrous. But everybody's made it out onto the fields. Close corner here for Mime, and then the drift down the hill. It's good so far. Only 0.1 separates. Now into the mudslides though. This is where big gaps can happen. If you miss up the entry here, it costs a lot on the exit. Mime clips a little bit, but he doesn't lose much time there. In fact, gets a bit closer. Massa with a better corner. Scrappy also jumping through. And the gaps remain about the same as we go to the windmill wall hug. A little bit extra speed on this one. Matters so much on the straightaway. Mime passes Scrappy. Scrappy doesn't have any health left. He needs to pass Mime to stay alive in this quali. He goes high, but he clips and is off the side. And Scrappy is not directly qualifying. It is a 1 versus 1 between Massa and Mime. Mime is still on 3 since Scrappy got knocked out. So Mime with the upper hand. It's not a best of 3. Mime on 3, Massa on 2, and Massa's pace there was really strong. 1:10.4. That is tough to beat in rounds. Low line on the wall right again. But Mime did crash in the underwater part last round. That is maybe where he can gain some more time this time around. This section right now, better speed into it. Early turn to the right is important. He gets a little bit of an awkward line, I think. And Massa is right there. Through the windmill jump now. Who gets the better setup? Massa landing a little bit late and has lower speed onto the grass. Wall hug coming up. And it's better for Massa. It's way better. The speed difference can be seen. Massa 0.2 or so ahead into the ending. Air brake tap, they both try, Massa gets it better. Mime trailing into the last balance, and Massa makes it a best of 3 now. Both with 2 hearts left. 2 hearts left for either one. First drift, good by both. The flip. Oh, Mime clipping a bit in the landing. Does not get it correctly. That's already 0.4 or so as they go up the wall ride. Huge gap to have to close for him. Especially with how Massa is driving right now. Like, Mime has to deliver a world record caliber run from this point to the finish to have a chance if Massa makes no mistakes. It is now 0.3. Was at 1.4. Massa trying to save a bit. Mime is gaining a lot now. The gap is around. Oh, where is he going? Where was bro going? He was enjoying the scenery, but that slip up is weird, and Massa now has a huge gap. Suboptimal wall hug will still do it for him here. But maybe not a bad landing. Wait a second, wait a second. If Massa collided with the block there, Mime could absolutely come back. Massa, though, takes a hat trick 3 rounds in a row. As we go to railways, he has 2 hearts, Mime has 1. Good luck to both, here we go. First round of railways. On road trip, Massa was a bit of a slow starter. Needed 2 rounds to find the flow, and then he won 3 in a row. Mime's best chance is likely this first round here. Needs to push now. Early inside line here. Does not go for the upper pass. Oh, he crashes! He crashes fully. And it's a late respawn too. And Massa's gonna see this. And likely pull all safety features to make sure this goes to the finish line. It should at this point be Massa, but the last part here is not that easy. The plastic, for instance, you can clip, you can fall off. The ending, you can mistime the release. Gets through the plastic, all good. And now with the ending, I mean, he can almost respawn the ending and be okay. Needs to not mess up though, it's all in his hands. Quarter pipe, jump a bit high, straighten out, release late, and don't miss the train cart. Massa has made it. He is going to the grand finals in 2 weeks in Amsterdam. GG's, Mime, and the others. We'll see you later in the second chance match. But the group of death won by Massa this time around. Very well played. We're going into game 3. We're starting on obstacle. So first rounds are going to have the bottom 4 players lose hearts. We are going to try to keep up with who's the fastest, but also this battle for survival. Some player AFK, Zools. Dink donk, bro, we are live. The message, oh no. Okay, he got the message now, but it's a bit late. He's 5 seconds down. Doing the double warm-up strategy, perhaps, the gambit. Unfortunate for him. Through the no break part, you gotta make sure now on the bug slide you let go of break early enough, else you don't get the good bug slides. Someone missed that. It was Viper. 1 second down. The other 14 are very close. Bestie and even Pack in the red right now, but he has a very strong ending. Look at how much closer he got to the field just in that part. Jumps into the clear for now, just ahead of Melio behind there in the red car, but he almost misses the jump. It's Curiosity winning the round. Pack is safe. Zools, Viper, Kubas, and Bestie lose a life. Semifying second, Sono third. Like, these guys got, you know, they were known as just khaki players. Semifying and Sono. Look at them now. Joining comps, getting some good runs. Curiosity here, by the way, started out as a wet wood player. Like, that was his main thing that he was only playing. And grinding in campaigns and stuff, so it makes sense he is gaining a lot of time in the ending here. But has to hold on for the entire race, where the others might be a bit stronger. The goal is, of course, to be as all-rounded as you can be. Bren has made a big mistake so far. 1.2 seconds behind us a lot on this track, but the wetwood part still to go. Could shake things up. Goes very close to the fence. He's risking now. From this part onwards, nothing else to do. And now needs to get the upper gear ending. Holds on to the speed. That's 1 off the track, but only 1. Everyone else made it. And Bren loses a life early on. Pack with a new tournament record, 52.71. Fastest run of the day on this track. But yeah, a bit surprising. It was only 1 second behind for Bren though, but there are golden rounds. The next round after this one, the fastest player will gain back 1 heart. Or if you have max HP, you'll still gain an additional heart. So there's some incentives for risking. Oh, to in trouble on the no brakes. Low speed into the bug slide will happen also, so he bleeds time. Pack has made a big mistake. 8 seconds behind. That must be in the no brakes, like respawning. 8 seconds behind for Pack as well. 2 of the big favorites losing a heart early on. To crashes here. Viper seems to already be facing elimination with that mistake. Zools needs to pass 1 or he's eliminated too, and he makes another mistake. So both Zools and Viper are out here. Oh, their call. That is now confirmed. So already we have our first eliminations. Unfortunate for Zools, who started late that 1 round. Viper, 3 mistakes in a row as well. Tough luck here, but I appreciate them playing regardless. And now the last round of obstacle. It's a golden round. Offie just beat the tournament record last round with a 52.68. But I think Bren and Pack are the most hungry for this. By far. The ones who are going to risk the most. The scary thing though is that if you fail, you actually drop down to 1 heart. Oh, that's a big face plant. Not sure who it was. Someone committed to the turn too early. Might have been Melio. Into the bug slide. Spam in the lead with semifying. Great wall hit by Bren, catching up a bit. Air break there as well, but still spamming first. Semifying with more speed. But Offie Bren also there. Into the downhill part. You see Spam pulling ahead. Bren with a lot of speed on the sand. This could go anyone's way. It's about the flick in the end. Pack now also in the mix. Who gets the best flick out here? It looks like Bren actually semifying though ahead, and Pack just a wheel behind. But it's semifying, snatching the golden heart up to 4 points for him. Melio loses a heart to Dutru, Curiosity, and Sano, all with a -1. And now Everest. Okay, I don't know. I got confused. Now we're live, now we're first round. If you go for yellow, you have to go yellow on the second part, and same for red. Red, red, or yellow, yellow. And first ice slide, Samifying's had a bit of a disaster here. He had to straighten out. No ice slide there. Rowie is backwards on the track, and Birdie is behind. So Sami's passed 2 players. Pack into the rocks almost, he saves it. But look at how this shakes things up, guys. Pack and Sami, who were top 2 in the last round, are now almost in the bottom. Oh, that's a sideways angle for Birdie, was it? Who's almost off the track. Curiosity off the side there. On the yellow route, the scariest one. Pack going red. Kanjika off on the red path. There's just a scatter field of cars falling off this mountain. Bestie going for the safe finish. The lone player on the green path. Melio's upside down on the ice spins. Pack passing a lot of people. And he's going to be fine. Who is losing hearts here? It is Birdie, Melio, Rowie, and Kanjika. So Melio, who we saw had pretty good pace as they were getting ready for the match, down to 1 heart on his last try now. Tuduturu and Kubas as well. And top 12 really is the most important number for the players. Making it to top 12 means you get to play another match later. So it's a bit dire now for the people as there are 14 left. No big mistakes in the start at all. Offie in some trouble here though. He makes it up the hill at least. You can see the time loss has incurred. 2.5 seconds behind. Curiosity, only one behind him. Is Offie gonna go for yellow now? To get about 0.2 gain. I think he's gonna try. It is risky, but he makes it. Can now push with speed here. And catches up to Kanjika by his side. Bestie in trouble. Goes into the tent. That's one more. But they still need to pass another player to get him to safety. That's Pack. That's Pack down to 1 heart. If this remains in Sami's in trouble, is Samifying fine? What just happened in this ending? Samifying has lost a heart. His golden one. And Pack is down on 1. Like, this map is the pro killer right now. It destroyed Carl Jr. and Pack is struggling. Pack is struggling as well. Only 3 players in this match on full hearts. Offie, Spam, and Sami. On board with Pack now. He was in the grand finals last year and qualified directly through winning his match in stage 2. Finals against Scrappy. So Pack's so good at the knockouts format, but yeah, it's volatile on Everest. Look at him now driving a good run out of the start, but damage has already been done to his health bar. Has to be flawless from now. No one got knocked out last round, by the way. We're still with 14 players left. Melio on the side, and he is down on 1 heart. Not looking good for him. Still in the red, but the closest round we've seen yet. Everyone within a second into the ending. Bestie again on the safe finish. Spam is off the risky. He has failed. Looks very likely he will lose a heart. Out of the first few players, they all make it through, and Bestie might then lose with the safe finish. Yes, indeed. Melio's out. Bestie's out. Spam loses 1, and Rowie loses 1 as well. We have our top 12. The winning times right now, guys, are 58 high. I think we will see 58 low for the golden round. It's coming up now. And a lot of players are aiming for this one. I think Offie may be the most with going yellow route. Spectate Offie for this one. See what he can do. Semifying as well, perhaps. That's a good ice slide by Offie. But releases a bit. He doesn't dare. Rowie goes way too fast. Goes full speed off the mountain. Does not respect the snow there to slow down like the others. And it's Curiosity in the lead into the drop down here. Bren, Pack, Spam, all there. Which path do they go for? Yellow faster by about 0.2, but you gotta land it. Bren goes there, Offie goes there, Curiosity fell off. Bren and Pack on red, but they're gonna... Wait, Bren is on yellow? Bren is on yellow, okay. I missaw that, but he's now 0.3 ahead into the ending. Pack only on 1 health. Would hope to snipe this, but Bren also needs this heart sorely himself. Does he get there, Bren? Good correction in the end, yes he does. Rowie is likely out. Spam losing another heart. And Curiosity to out as well. 3 knockouts in this one. And Spam down to 1. 58.2 the winning time by Bren there. So it shows like they're really adapting their playstyle based on the match situation. And now, what map do we get? Skate. Alright. A good run in knockout rounds is a 102. Any 102. If you do a low 102, then it's very fast. Likely enough to win the golden round when that comes up. So here we go. The reason for the discrepancy is just that they have to take more precautions. Like, you cannot afford to do the perfect jump here because you're going so low that you might clip, so you leave a little bit of safety margin there. And on this flip, you leave a little bit of room as well. And that just bleeds time throughout the track. Oh, Pack clipped. Is he going to be fine for the flip? Yeah, still makes it, but Spam had a very bad landing there on the right side of frame, and he is down to 1 health. Bottom 3 lose a heart, but now Spam is last, I believe. Had the worst flip out of the group, and needs to pass 3 opponents in the ending. This is going to be tough for Spam. Might be out here in 10th. There's a very important cutoff at top 8. Say that a little bit too soon, perhaps, as he has more speed than Offie and Birdie. He's past Birdie now and goes past Offie into the ending. Does he get there? He does remain in the match, and it's actually to that is out. Birdie down to 1 HP. Spam clutches up. But that was just 1 bad flip, and that was almost all it took. But yeah, look at this. Both Pack and Spam 1 heart. They were in the finals last year. Back against the wall. Oh, that is a little bit of a slow start for Spam. He gets through. Last time he dropped 4th gear. This time he holds it. That makes things a bit more comfortable. Kubas, did he have a slow landing? Yeah, he clipped. And now the flip. Kubas, that's too early of a landing. Very sideways. Puts him into the red. No health to spare here. He needs to catch up to someone. Same for Birdie. But they are 0.4 behind the leading group. Into the downhill drift. Does anyone up front make a mistake? Doesn't look like it. Only the last loop remains. And they're not really getting any closer. Half a second gap. Everyone up front made it. Kubas and Birdie are out. And the top 8 is now locked in. So the players that remain will be in the second chance match. Now we gotta lock in on who's gonna win this thing. Pack with a new tournament record, good spot. He drove a 1:02.40, a very fast time. And now it is bottom 2 losing a heart. Kanjika again with the slowest start. He had this last round too. Might not be his best map here. But from here he kind of fights back well. It's just dropping 0.4 out of the first corners is tough. Needs the flip to go well. Oh, that looks like a good rotation. Spam going very high. Has such low speed here. But holding on to his safe spot. Keeps good speed out of the water slide. And it is such a close round. Such a good round too. Everyone driving great runs. Bottom 2 at the moment. Sano and Offie. Offie missing, I think. Did he miss entirely? Yes, he did. Offie gonna go down to 1 heart by the looks of it. And who is going to lose a life Next to him, is it Kanjika? Oh my. By 4,000. Kanjika gets knocked out by Sano, who clutches the ending. Just a spoiler. A fraction of a spoiler, actually. Separating them. Kanjika out. Golden round now on skate. Likely the last golden round of this match. If either Sammy or Bren get it, they have a huge advantage into the end game. Pack, Spam, Offie really needed to feel a bit safer, to dare to take some risks. This is the moment to step up. Try to send it. Think we're gonna see Pack especially all in for this one. He's going so late here. This is a full send run by Pack. I mean, his face super close to the monitor when he drives these runs. Locked into the screen. Staring at every corner, every detail. And next to Bren, 400s apart, up front at the checkpoint. Samfang's made a mistake already. Bren flips low, but that is a perfect landing. Just at the top of the hill, building speed towards the water slide. Extending to point 2 ahead. Pack missing the water slide a bit, and it's Offie in last, actually. Offie could get knocked out here. And it could be Bren getting the golden round. He won one already. Pack's not out of it yet. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, but that's very risky. He saw the 6-second gap. He dared to risk it. Bren is going to take the golden round. But is Pack going to... Yeah, that risk cost him everything. Pack and Offie are both out of this one. And we will see them again in second chance. They went for it. New tournament record by Bren and 4 hearts into the ending. Oh, I wonder if it counted the knockouts before it counted the golden round result. So it's coded in the wrong order. So when it checks for adding a heart, there's only 4 players left. Cam says they'll add it back. Okay, so it will be awarded to Bren there. Yeah. Sammy has 170 hours, the most grinding, sure, but it's also about delivering when it matters in rounds. And it's different. It feels different as soon as you play it. And you know it's official. You know every input, every jump, every lineup, everything counts. You can't undo any of it. Just gotta do your best. But in this round, Sano and Samifying. That starts out of the speed slide part. Now on to the road trip, into the hills and the flower fields. That starts... Oh, Sammy has to course correct there. That was barely dodging the rocks. Into the mudslides. Bit of a khaki trick. We should see Sano do this really well. Gets so much speed out of that. As they go for the windmill jump. The ending can decide a lot. The amount of speed they get into the wall hug. In the windmill. If you get this really good here, you catch up so much over the penalty grass, but Spam is trailing. It is 0.4. He needs to pass 1. Only last place loses a life. Can he get past Sammy in the last part? The balance. Will anyone miss it? Any nerves? They all are going to hit the bell here, and Spam is out of contention for this one. And a 1:10.3. Very fast winning time from Sano. As you can see, Bren has been awarded his missing heart. So it's all correct now. W for the admins to do that without any interruptions. Still only the slowest player in each round loses a life now until we have a winner. And the winner goes directly to the finals. Travel expenses paid and a chance at the €50,000 prize pool. Such a big opportunity for all these 3, and we will now have another new finalist, guys. None of these guys were there last year, so whoever wins it will be there for the first time. It is Bren with the most hearts and first place in this round, but even he, I think, is surprised by the pace. 1:10.3 being needed to win the rounds. Sammy trailing a bit here. It's 0.4. Oh, and he's losing more here. Jumps too far into the windmill. Only way to come back, I think, is if someone misses the balance in the ending. He gets so much speed here, though. And that rock is just a texture. It's not a hitbox. They found out you can keep more speed there. But even still, even with some tricks like that, Sammy too far. Gets a bit closer, but loses a heart. I mean, Bren can afford a lot of mistakes here. 4 mistakes is a lot. With how rarely these guys crash in a match, still having 4 hearts left at this stage is huge advantage. Especially because it's the most nerve-wracking part of the match, right? You feel so much more comfort knowing you're not on your last try. So the others do have an uphill battle here. They're driving well. They find themselves so close. Sono there wide onto the booster. Didn't lose him that much. Mudslide, likely the favorite in this section. Early exit to set up the grass, that is better. And both of them do overtake Bren. He can't get too comfortable either. He will have to work for this win if he's gonna earn it. Into the windmill. Do they get the wall hug angle? That looks good for all 3. Oh, Sono too low to the fence. Sono crashing out. 0.6 behind. Less speed onto the balance, and very likely Sono here. Yeah, it's gonna be Sono losing a heart on his last one. And now, whenever there's less than 5 players left, no more golden rounds happen. So we will just have regular round as the last one of Road Trip. And then it's interesting. It can either be Soapbox or Railways for the next. Not sure which one they'd rather see, but I do hope we have all 3 going into the next map. That would be the most cinema if Sono makes it through this one. He's fast on Road Trip. Hope to see a 110 low. But he has the slowest start, late wall ride entry, but he corrects and has a lot of speed. Very well played by Sono there. And the grass may be a bit wide, maybe a bit early on the drift. Things are going a bit wrong here for Sono. 0.2 has been dropped throughout that part. The other side by side in the water. Sono maybe on his best part there. The mudslide not getting it correctly. The problems are stacking up. Needs a miracle, honestly, at this point. From either Bren or Sammy. Will there be any mercy here? Not with this much at stake. Sammy getting a really good grass part. They do a little left tap in the hill. No problems there. Oh, Bren with a wobble. Oh, he saves it though. Beautiful balance. And they both knock out Sono. Top 2, Samifying versus Bren. Well played by Sono to get this far. Still can shake things up in the second chance later. But for now, we have our 1 versus 1. And I'm curious about the map. Very curious. Railways, I think, would be the most cinema. If it's Soapbox, it's going to be close rounds though. It's Railways. Okay. So what I like about this as the decider is that they have the path choices. And with only 1 opponent left, it's a lot more about pace. It's a lot more about risking than about safing. When you have like 20 players left here, you can take the safe route every time. But now you gotta think. Now you gotta think. This is a very good map for Bren. He is a RPG player by heart. Does a lot of obstacle maps, so this is a lot of comfort for him. But it's also hard to do in rounds. Is he going top path? He respawns in warm-up, but he might want top path there. Here I think they both go for the lower route. The left to right jumps. And I also think they both do the lower in the ending. So for this part here, we see Samifying going on the lower path, Bren as well. That'll be good for easily comparing their pace. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of shakiness from Bren here in the warm-up. Sammy keeping it clean so far. Up on the quarter pipe. Yippee! Spamming the car horn. And then onto the booster and risky finish. Clean run from Sammy, a little bit shaky from Bren. I think Bren was aiming for top route. The thing is that jumping through the first container is actually a bit hard. You can clip there. I mean, we saw that in the Massa Mime final. and your run is just ruined. So very interesting to see a 1 versus 1 with this many hearts remaining. Semifying with the early lead. Bren is indeed going for top route. Look at this. Tries to get a nosedive here, and then it's just safer. But he does lose a bit of time, so Sammy with the upper hand. 0.2 lead for him as they go into the second half of the map. Better speed slide from Bren there, though. He's gaining a little bit in each jump. It was 0.29. It's not so much anymore. Shaky landing for Sammy. He's not getting the downhill. He doesn't even have the gear here, so it's a lot more time lost than that. Brennan's gonna know now that he has a 0.6 lead into the ending. That can be saved. That leaves him enough room to take it quite safely. Gonna see still a very low quarter pipe jump. And then a safe release timing, releasing late into the jump. Oh! Sammy sniping it away! I was gonna say safe, but Bren over-releases the jump. Not a mistake he would make often. That is purely the pressure. Because you can release so late here and still make it. But there's a clip. And things get very interesting. Things get very interesting. 4 against 2 is a lot more safe than 3 against 2. Plus momentum. Plus momentum. Momentum matters a lot in a 1v1. Interesting things are happening now. Bren's gotta keep his mental under control. Last year he was in a 1v1 with Alcon and lost that one. Sammy almost clipping the left tire there, but he makes it through. And this time it's a better start for Bren as he got the nosedive he was chasing. Now it's Bren ahead. Oh! I thought it was gonna clip. He makes it. Bren almost off the side there. This is where Sammy made a mistake. Can he correct it? Yes, that's a better jump this time. Makes the downhill landing. Slightly better than Bren. Doesn't clip the wheel. Equal onto the dirt and overtakes ever so slightly into the uphill. 400s apart. Equal-ish lines here. It's about a nosedive onto this block. About equal, I mean, this is as close as it gets into the quarter pipe jump. Bren setting up earlier, getting a much slower jump. Can he get the release timing this time? Looks good for him. It's Sammy who over-releases. It's Bren jumping into the finish with a good run. Knocking Sammy down to 1 heart. 105.70 is a strong time in rounds here. So it's still very scary for Sammy now. Bren playing so well. Only that one mistake in the ending was between him and qualifying directly. He still has 3 chances to do it. That's a very scary start. Again going top path here. This nosedive here is what makes this path okay. If you couldn't do that dive, it would be a lot slower. But with that, it's quite competitive. So Sammy with a slower line on the bottom. Path this time, 0.2 behind. And this could be it. This could be Bren qualifying to the grand final. Sammy wobbling. Bren has it in his hands this time. Just needs to carry it to the finish. Same as Massa. Can he do it on the last jumps? I think he's gonna release very, very late now, guys. I don't think he's gonna leave anything up to chance. He wants his redemption. And Bren is gonna do it. That is all I needed to see. A clean landing. Bren takes the qualification directly to Amsterdam. The 3rd player to get a ticket. And we will see Sono, Samifying, Spam, Pack, Offie, all the top contenders compete a little bit later in the 2nd chance match. Really, if you think about it, what if someone built an esport team around Mudda and Bren? Like, these 2 guys seem so good at the game. I think someone should form an organization with them 2 competing together. Just an idea. I mean, if you have a lot of funding, if you have a big company, hit me up. We could do something. We could try to form a team. We could buy back the players. Reunite the squad, you know what I'm saying? Alright, we are now ready. Good luck, have fun. World record on road trip is a 109.7. The best time in rounds is 110.0. About 3 behind Intux, missing the first drift of the match. Unfortunate to see that with my Norwegian eyes, but plenty of time with 3 lives to recover. With my Norwegian eyes, I also saw Smiley Bob do well, but this player right here, if you're ever confused, QPDB, you've never heard of him, that is Solivagant, a very good campaign hunter from Denmark. Doesn't play too many live competitions, but could pack a punch here very fast. Oi, 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 as I say that, he respawns at the end of the water and is down in the red. So, my apologies for the caster curse. Tween has had a 16-second mistake. Dem has had an 8-second mistake. And the player currently occupying the last safe spot is Erski, just ahead of Intux. But Intux is getting very close across the grass here. It's a matter of 0.3. Airbreak good for Erski, and the RC does respawn. They will both be fine with a good end. And a respawn from Elcon too, what? He double respawned the end Elcon. Barely avoids losing a life in the first round. So everything changed in the end there for Elcon, but he does get away with it. And the winning time 1:10.5 by Granada, the only 1:10. Maybe Elcon was close, but messed up the last balance. Someone said adrenaline junkie in chat, and that is exactly how I picture Elcon driving this. It's like, safing's too boring. I have 3 lives anyway. Let me risk it. Wait. Elcon found a way to do the start without the spin consistently? Yeah. Now the guy is a straight up adrenaline junkie. You're supposed to spin. You can do it without, but it was theorized to be slower. And here we see him, okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If he wants to. What can I do? I'm just impressed more than anything else. The bottom right now we see Andy and Dam. Dam appears to not have that much routine on the tracks. I'm not sure what preparation went into it for him, but he was the rank 100 qualifier. So, might not have put too much time in after. Andy crashing here. Erski in a bit of trouble as well. But let's look up ahead and see if anyone fails the ending. Looks like not so far. I think everyone survived. Binks won the round ahead of Elcon and Grenadi. And then quite a gap down to the next player in Rishlik. So, yeah, guys, you can see these 3 are heavy favorites. Where's Otak? Oh. Otak is not playing. Sorry, and correction, yeah. Number 1 Riolu fan was the 100th seed, but Dam was the worst seed in this match. Otak not... Oh, Hugo with some lags. Does Elcon make the start again here? Yeah, he is in the mix, so... Elcon has found something out there. Solivaganson clear first. As we're in the 3rd round. So calm before the golden round. I think we're gonna see a very fast run then by the players. Right now just testing the waters a bit. These 3 are really at no risk of losing a life unless they over push here. Grenadi, Binks, and Elcon. Even Solivagans you could add to that, but that's exactly what happened. So Soli looks like he's eyeing the golden round. This is a very fast run by him. Misses the wall hug entry a bit. Same for Grenadi. Binks overtakes. Into the ending. They're driving 110 low here. Elcon overjumps though. So Binks will win the round. And losing hearts, I believe Andy might be out here. Purple, who was flawless, is also losing a life. And Andy is the first knockout here. Hugo down to 1, Erski down to 1. And now guys, golden round. Already from the get-go, these matter. These matter a lot. It could be Solivagans gaining back a heart. It could be Elcon full sending with the no spin. To gain maybe a couple of hundreds at best. Look at this. Well, this time he lost a lot and is almost out of contention based on that alone. So unfortunate start for Elcon. He's 0.4 behind the leading group. And up front we see Grenadi for now. Also Rishlik pushing here. But he gets a bit of airtime, drops back. Grenady and Binks now, top 2. Binks won the previous round. Grenady had a great run band, but he missed the wall entry. Will he get it this time? Up through the windmill, better landing Grenady, more speed onto the grass. You need this transition smooth. And then, like butter, you need to get close to the wall. Binks has it better. Will be almost a 10th ahead as they go into the ending. Air brake here to wobble across Grenady. Really good there. Solivagon's in the frame as well. But it looks like Grenady has this one. And wins when it matters. Gets an extra heart. And a great start to the match. At the bottom we see Erskine out in 15th. Intux, Tween, and Hill also losing a heart. Railways. Alright. Grenady tends to thrive when the maps are difficult. He's a very consistent player, and so here he just makes less mistakes than others, typically. Something that suits him. But we will see. We've seen many players of very high skill level crash in this first drop down in the container. Saw one there too. Some players going top route for that reason. Does anyone go left here? Elcon on the left side, interesting. This is something I've hoped to see, because in my own experience, I found one thing that I'm not sure the players are doing. I will only point it out if it's being used. If not, gonna leak a potential strat on this map. I don't know if it's better. Maybe people have found it and discarded it. But it's interesting, you know? On a map with this many options, you wanna keep some tricks to yourself if you have them, like maybe Elcon did with the no spin on previous map. Why is it always Elcon? The man the Elcon lives to feel alive, you know? And he wants the other paths. He wants the extra gains. But that top path, like, people don't think it saves that much. The consensus is that lower path there is faster. And easier. So we'll see. Top path here we saw done by Bren in the previous match. With the nosedive, it's pretty good. Even Grenady not going for the outside line here is interesting to me. And now Elcon, okay. So Elcon is not doing the thing I was thinking about. But he is doing a pretty okay line here. You can see he loses a bit, but not that much. Looking at the scoreboard now, we have Tween in last. 7 seconds behind, and he's already only on 1 heart. So he is maybe going to be out here. Purple off the side there. But it's a lot of danger for Soli, who drove really well on road trip, but here, struggling quite a bit. Plus 1 second. It's a very quick round, though. It needs to be said. Some people clipping Intux upside down, and Soli only needs 1 more position. Will they all get the risky? Hill misses, and Soli snipes and secures the spot here. And wow, we are actually going to have our top 12. Dam and Tween knocked out. The second chance match is for the players that make top 8 here. Alright, second round. I was curious to see the players going top route. I think it's only Intux left actually doing it. So, oh, he only did it last round because he overslit. That's a caster curse. That is a caster curse, I'm sorry. But now let's see. Elcon was 0.18 behind as he entered that checkpoint. And on this one, 0.11 behind. Curious. Curious line there from Elcon. Does he go right side here? No, he doesn't. He actually goes the same as everyone else. But he has now jumped up into first. Intux has DNF'd. He is now out. Purple with a respawn. Very likely out. Hugo very likely out. This could be a massive knockout here. Can Soli snipe someone in the end? Well, he's actually fine. It's Captain Salmon that needs to snipe someone. Could be a quadruple. No, it cannot be a quadruple knockout. Salmon though, everyone ahead gets the risky. Wow, that is bad luck. It's not often you see. So triple knockout, we're down to 9 players. Can Granati get a 5th life? Yes, he can. You can only get a maximum of 5 though. In Mudda's match, we saw him get to 5 lives and then play flawless. But 5 is the limit. More than that, and you honestly you shouldn't need more than 5 lives. That is excessive. Everyone survives the start here, by the way. Only a bit of a difference to Sekirim. And what a shot that is of Elkon going on his own. Someone crashed the pillar on the respawn. That was Hill. That is a close to 10-second mistake from him. Completely out of the fight. Bottom 3 lose a life, and Soli, oh, he clips the plastic. This has been a disastrous map for Soli. So many mistakes. That's another potential life lost. Binks here in trouble too. It's been flawless so far. Outpaces Sekirim there, but it's only half a second. And he too can miss the ending or have things go wrong. Lands it though. And secures it. No HP lost before the golden round. Elkon consistently around the 105.8 mark. The tournament record so far is 105.4 by Mudda. And we will likely see a time close to that for the winner here. Let's see now. First place gains a heart, bottom 3 lose a heart. And we're right at the cutoff for top 8. So important round for Hill and Solivagant's QPDB to survive. Where do we have the madman? Elkon in the mix. Again, we're gonna track the splits here. Him and Binks on the outside. Elkon with more speed than Binks. On the split, 0.12 behind. He is lower gear here though, which is not the best, but he makes up about a 10th there. With less effort, crashes a bit, that's all good. Don't really lose from crashing that uphill turn. Now into the plastic. Late landing, late gear up there for Binks jumping too wide. Very unlikely to win the round from that position. It's Richlick versus Granati. Is Granati gonna jump up to 5 hearts? He won the previous golden round. Can he get this one also? He does have a bit more speed than Richlick, but now the low jump. It's good for Elkon here actually, who puts himself in a very close fight with Granati. 600ths on the landing here. Elkon released early, and the madman snipes away the golden round with a 105.5. And as we do see, Solivagant and Hill both knocked out. But it should then be solely securing the top 8 spot, or having a better round there. And Elkon up to 4. We got Skate for this map. Bottom 2 players lose a life now. And top 5 all keep their hearts. First round of Skate. This jump here, careful not to go too low. Elkon gets it perfect, and is 1/10 ahead of everyone else. Captain Salmon with the worst start. In this turn, 4th gear important. Granati keeps it. Elkon almost clips the landing. And he is on great splits there, Elkon. Captain Salmon has made a 1-second mistake. We get to see everyone else do the flip. And all of them get it very good. What a round right here, guys. Good splits by everybody. Very competitive so far. Elkon almost going from first into the red from that flip alone. Richlick going wide here though. That does make the drift easier, but it is a bit slower. And now into the last skate ramps. He crashes. They can all kind of safe the risky ending here, and they will make it through, and they do. Wow. 400ths, or 4 players within 200ths here. Salmon and Richlick losing hearts. And yeah, it shows like, you know, you have Granati, Elkon, Binks as the favorites, but if they trip up, if they clip one jump, then they're very likely to lose a heart. Like Smiley Bob, Captain Salmon, Richlick, and Sekirim, they're all great players. But there is just that tiny edge the pros have over these guys on paper. But a knockout, a lot of things can happen. But we are expecting Elkon, Granati, Binks to be the most consistent. It's Zakarim there with 1 heart left was the guy who won the round, so things can happen. Salmon in last before the flip again. We see Binks and Zakarim jumping very high. Captain Salmon should have more speed, and he passes Rishlik into the slide. Bounces a bit though. The field will pull away. There's less and less players for him to overtake now. But he's in a battle with Zakarim and Rishlik. Bit wide for Zakarim. Captain Salmon passing. Rishlik still in the clear. Salmon landing too late to overtake. Needs a good landing here. Not gonna cut it. Him and Zakarim lose a heart, and Zakarim is now out of this one. Salmon down to 1. Did you suit up just for the race, or is there something else happening today? Oh, just for Red Bull. Just for Red Bull. We gotta take this event seriously. Top 6. 3rd round of skate already. 1:02.8 being the winning pace. 1:03.0 winning pace. Shows kind of the level where it's at. And they all know it by now. What they have to go up against. Clean race so far. Everyone doing the flip in synchronized fashion. Second one as well. Different angles here. That is Binks going extremely high. Not a good landing angle either. He's now into the red positions, but passes Rishlik quickly thereafter. Elcon with low speed on the slide too. He is gonna get passed up by Rishlik by the looks of it. But then Rishlik has this extremely wide line. Which is... oh, Smiley Bob has failed. Smiley Bob is gonna lose a lot of time here. Elcon might pass. Barely landed that Elcon. That was so close. But it is enough to do it. And he avoids any time, any heart loss. Keeps his 4 as we go into another golden round. Captain Salmon out. This will be the last golden round, most likely, of this match. Elcon and Granati could both get to 5. Binks could get to 4. Maybe Smiley Bob or Rishlik pull off an extreme run here and take one away. We will see. Jump up from Rishlik, very far away. He does these slightly wide lines everywhere. The driving is good, it's just the setups are maybe a bit too safe here to win the golden rounds. He's hoping for mistakes from the others with this playstyle. And so far it's not happening, and the 3 favorites are top 3. Best flip by Binks and Granati. Elcon landing a bit sideways. He could even lose a heart here. But let's follow the battle for the golden heart win. Granati with way more speed than Binks. About 0.1 ahead. It might be more now on the next split. Looks like about 0.2 as they go into this drift. Up on the platform. Good landing. Release early there from Binks to get a bit more speed. This could get close. Has the 4th gear early. Lands early. Lots of speed on the loop. Granati holding on. And he will win the golden round. 5 hearts for Granati. Elcon loses 1. So Granati now up to 5. Up to a 2-point lead against the others. Here we go. Bottom 2 lose a heart. Smiley Bob down on 1. A really good performance so far. No bad takeaways there. It's just the players he's up against are insane at the game. Same for Rishlik. Let's hope for their sake they can hold on, show what they've got. But it's very difficult now. Into the bug slide. Here they let go of brake now to get a better plastic bounce. And they all got it strong. Smiley Bob with a better landing than Elcon. Way more speed. This carries all the way to the loop. It's Binks Elcon, bottom 2. So Smiley Bob and Rishlik doing the job at the moment, but Rishlik very wide there in the sand. Smiley Bob holds on to his position. Does he get the ending right? Rishlik gets passed by Binks even, but it's Binks and Rishlik losing a heart here. And that was a very fast round. Like 53 low being the time it takes to lose a heart is quite crazy. The tournament record so far is 52.68. So think about that. You drive a 53.0, you lose heart, and the record is only 4 times faster in the tournament. The world record is a 51.9, but that is with extreme risk, so It's a different thing. Rishlik very low. He survives. It's gonna go wide now to compensate. Make sure he doesn't crash. Smiley Bob a lot of speed into the bug slide. Corrects his line. Little bit shaky on the gear. Holds on though. Still in contention to survive. But Alcon and Granati pulling away. Both Rishlik and Smiley Bob have to beat Binks in the ending, and Smiley Bob DNFs. He realizes that's it. Binks crashes though, and so Rishlik here will actually have one more chance to stay in. Good ending too. No mistake there. Smiley Bob out, Rishlik and Binks on 1 heart, Alcon on 3, and Granati on 5. That is quite a lot. I mean, if we're talking about losing an entire map, if Everest comes up, Granati will get past it no matter what with this amount of hearts. We'll see what happens. Oh, late line for Rishlik here into the bug slide. Only bottom player loses a heart now. If you're second last, you're fine. So Rishlik just needs to get past 1 player. In the loop, gets a little closer to Alcon. Gotta commit early to the fence. That is a very good line by him. And he did have a strong end last time. On the wetwood. Alcon clipped it. Alcon crashed. Rishlik keeps the speed. And stays alive in the match. Alcon down to 2 hearts. Granati still on 5. With a new tournament record, by the way. 52.4. That is a new tournament record. It's looking pretty dominating, as he now has more hearts, or the same amount of hearts. No, he has more. He has more hearts than the other 3 players. It's looking a little unfair. But he has earned them by being fast and being consistent. And he's held on to them. It's been a very impressive match by Granati. No big mistakes. And he's keeping it up in this final round too. So far, so good. Rishlik failed the plastic bounce, I think. That might be curtains for him. 0.6 behind on this map is a lot to have to gain back. The others going wide around the fence. Not risking there. And the speed in the ending, if they all get this flick correctly, then it's settled. Rishlik out in 4th. The 3 predicted favorites go into the top 3. But I don't think anyone predicted Binks to have 1 heart, Alcon to have 2, and Granati to have 5. That's quite crazy. I have never been so happy to see a mountain appear on the screen. We get some dramatics. Anything can happen on Everest. The world record is 56.8. 56.8 by Mura. Speed slide here. Alcon gets it really good. Releases quite early though. Granati dares, but that's way too fast. He has to release. Binks crashes the fence, and this is already a big gap. Instant drama here. All of them with their own mistakes. But Binks gets the worst of it. It's +3. It's in that range where you now can go red. I think Granati will go red. Yeah, he doesn't want to mess with the yellow. And he's just going to try to save it here, Granati. He has enough hearts to withstand even a loss here, but it's 11 seconds. Is he going to go safe route? No. So he is going to spin. Knows he's going to need that against Alcon. And we go into the 1 versus 1. Granati versus Alcon on Everest. Alcon with 2 hearts, Granati with 5. But there's still 3 rounds to be played here. So, if Alcon plays perfect, he can equalize going into Soapbox. The confidence that Alcon is playing with might come in handy here. He's going for a yellow path even when he's ahead 11 seconds. Like, he's just driving the fastest lines. Even in safe rounds. Oh, but he misses here. He's missed the speed slide. Granati has 2. In a good round, they could both be about half a second ahead of the start. Even more. They could be around a second ahead at this point. But they've made equal mistakes, and it's very close. Now we're gonna see yellow path versus red. Alcon is gonna go for yellow. Is Granati gonna do the same? Or is he ice cold with red? He does stay on red. Alcon was 0.3 behind. And now into the ending of the map, they're gonna be about equal. 0.11 on that checkpoint. Early air brake, a strategy from Alcon to get a better ice slide there. Into the spins. Granati going first, but Alcon rotating more, better ice slide, better flick close to the red flag. Granati's close, but Alcon takes another round. And the first person to take a heart from Granati in this match. That was a very well played round by both, except for the start. The start can be about 1 second faster, but other than that, guys, really well played. Yellow route coming in clutch as well. It's 2 hearts versus 4. Alcon now needs the upper gear super speed slide. He has it. They both have it. Oh, and he dares. He was so close to being too fast, but this is an exceptional start. 16.3, Granati 0.4 behind. Doesn't get the slide lock, which you want. This is great for Alcon. And a 21 checkpoint, very quick. He's on pace for a mid to low 57 so far in the run, but he needs to land good on yellow. This is a scary jump right there. Stays on the planks. Granati pushing as well. Is behind, but dares to go red, incurring further time losses, but hoping that Alcon might make a mistake somewhere along the line. But he hasn't, Alcon. Though this is very wide into the spins in favor of Granati as they go down the end. He does have more speed, Granati. He's gonna snipe it away. That's a better landing. Oh, 100th ahead. 58.2 and 58.3. And Granati snipes the round with a great ending. It's now 4 hearts to 1. So close in both of those. Just that wide setup into the spins that made it awkward for Alcon. Last round of Everest now. Alcon actually needs 4 wins in a row. It's pretty crazy. But it could still happen. Nothing's decided yet. But it's so volatile for Alcon. He has to save the downhill. Granati's off the rocks. Alcon will see this. Now he needs to play it safe. I mean, he really needs to. It's 3.5 seconds. It's perhaps even more. He's not going to go for yellow route. Don't let this match be decided by Alcon going yellow route, missing the plank, and hitting DNF. Please. Okay, he's safing. Okay, he knows how to safe. He released so much. Okay, I'm glad. I'm glad. We will get to see another map, I think. It's a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward now. He's changing mode in his mind. He's not used to this. But it's okay. Alcon wins the round. 1 heart against 3. And we go to Soapbox. The round matters so much that even Alcon lets off the accelerate. Whew. I'd say if Granati doesn't close this out, and they go down to 1 heart each, Alcon is gonna win it. So Granati needs to close it out on either this round or the next. Momentum matters so much in these settings. Wide setup in the start for Granati. Controls the speed. Gives him more right here into this wall ride, but he doesn't really keep it. Alcon doing well with his inside line. Oh, here he's gonna lose a lot though, Alcon. Oh, actually holds onto the platform. It's only around 500ths, but advantage Granati. So they now go into the ending of the map with the no slide and the neo slide. This was the setting in the warm-up, and from here Alcon did win the warm-up round. Can he do it again? Pushes the turn, little bit of hesitation. Granati with a fantastic no slide, but now the downhill. Does Alcon get it better? Granati missed the neo slide again, and ooh, Alcon hesitating a bit. The gap is stronger in favor of Granati than it was last time. Alcon maybe a bit more speed this way, but he needs a fantastic end, or it is Granati qualifying to the grand finals. A chance to redeem himself for last year. Granati will be able to do it. Secures a ticket with a fantastic time. 1:08.15. Granati will be seen again in Amsterdam grand finals. And for Alcon, for Binks, and for the others in the top 8 here, guys, they will now play the second chance matches. Like, we've seen 4 incredible matches so far, but there's plenty more. Let me show you guys a infographic. So right now, we've finished this first box on the left, round 1. So there's 2 matches of top 14. If you win this match, you go directly also to the grand finals. If you place 2nd to 4th here, you go to final chance, and 5th to 14th, you go to round 3. And guys, we're starting. Random map order, same format as the other tracks. Good luck, have fun to all. We're starting on railways. Carl Jr. has joined just us. So I think he's on time. Is he driving immediately though? So stressful for Carl. I did not see any car stand still on the start, so I think he's fine. No, he left again. Uh-oh. Carl Jr. having some connection issues. That is not good. Hopefully this only takes a heart away and he still can play. But he will, yeah, he will lose a heart here because he's 29 seconds behind. That is super unfortunate. I don't know what's happening with his connection. Tamar, Gwen, and Epos are the players otherwise in the red. Insane that these are the players to lose a heart in the first round. Gwen, Epos, Carl Jr. losing a heart is insane. It might not be the result, but 4-second gap for Scrappy to fend off should be okay for him. Avon, oh wait, maybe for Avon, for Gwen now, yeah. Gwen passing Avon on that mistake. So it will be Avon, Epos, Tamar, Carl losing a heart. Hopefully Carl doesn't let this get to him. Very unfortunate to not get to play it out, but yeah. Someone asked, what is the TR? That is the tournament record. So you have the world record in time attack. You know, 2 weeks of grinding. They can go for insane risks. They can do, I mean, just the most ballistic run ever. And if it fails, they reset, they go again. Tournament record is the best run driven in a knockout match. In a live setting like this, where if you don't want to end up like Wissy there, you have to take a bit more precaution. So we measure these differently because you cannot really expect anyone to drive 104 in rounds. The best we've seen is 105.4, and that is already crazy to do in rounds, so. Another round, Epos in the red. Bit of a disastrous start, but okay, he's the last player outside the safe zone, and Link respawns, so Epos now has overtaken Link. Epos is in the clear as of now. Gwen in the red, together with Link. They're trailing Epos by about half a second into the ending. Richie respawned. Gwen is now in the safe zone, and Link is barely out. Ending a little slow for Link. Does he pass anyone? Does anyone make a mistake? Scrappy into the safe finish. Mime made it, and Link will lose a heart. Tamar down to 1. But other than that, very balanced. Susui and Richie also losing a heart. What's my pace? My personal best is a low 106. I have not grinded that much, I'll admit, but yeah. Driving a 105 would take a lot of time for me. So, yeah. You do get a lot of respect for the pace people have when you play the maps yourself. Link off the side there in the start. He might be down to 1 heart now with the double respawn. Him and Rich, though, have the same mistake. Other than that, all clean from, oh, Skondir. That's not that bad of a respawn, I don't think. It is, because he can't make it. Oh, it's the worst. Because he clipped the landing, so he got respawn trapped. 3 massive mistakes in an otherwise close field. Tamar and Wissy passing Avon. I think that is now Avon into, I was gonna say, into the red. Richie as well. Oh, Susui as well, big mistake. Ah, Susui again. Richie might be fine. The carnage doesn't stop. Is it now final? No, it's not. Link is making another mistake. And Richie's fine. Link down to 1 heart. Oh la la, Carl Jr. I keep calling the result too soon. Link stays on 2. Carl Jr. down to 1. Susui and Tamar down to 1. Wow. Okay, it's a golden round. We gotta see Carl Jr. risk here. Because not only is he, I mean, a risk of not winning this one, but like, he could go straight to the survival match, which is very hard to get through. In that match, you need top 4 to get to play for the final chance. Top 4 out of 14, so this is dire for Carl. And there's still Everest in the map pack. There's still a lot of things that can happen. This round, it's Gwen and Mime in the bottom, but we gotta see the golden round. Who's gonna win it? Link is pushing. He's the world record holder. He gets a good landing there. Build speed. Apple's trailing very close. Wosal there as well. But Carl, 0.2 behind. Can he clutch up? He's trying, but it might be too much to risk for. If he goes for this golden heart now, he could risk making a mistake and being instantly out. That's very high. He's safing now. He realizes it's too far. Who's gonna win it? Epos landing first on the booster. Close jump. He gets there. No. No, it's Link by 3 thousandths. How? How did Link win that? I don't know. But he got there. And it's Tamar being the first player out. Mime, Skandir, and Avon all losing a heart. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, everybody. A collective prayer for what Carl Jr. is about to go through. Okay, he is on the starting line, and he's driving. Yeah, I really hope he can pull through here. Really hope he can say it's very hard though. Yeah, should have had that warm up, you know. It's still not over. Wosal makes a mistake, and he gets past. Yeah, that's actually very good for him. He gets past them, and he doesn't collide with the fence too bad. So he's almost into the clear. Needs one more spot, and things can happen on these bridges. We don't see anyone fall off. Oh, we do. We do. I believe Richo is the one to have fallen off. Carl is just in the clear by 1 spot here. Scrappy is the closest opponent. Carl going into the ending now. Oh, Link maxes respawn as well. A little bit of extra clearance. Scrappy is then also going to get into the safe zone. But I believe Wosal, Link, Skandir, and Richo all lose a life. And for Skandir, he is now out. So now Carl has gotten his 1 warm-up, but it's so shaky, you know? It's hardly a warm-up. Can he get the speed slide here and build some flow? That looks good. But yeah, a little safe, but maybe that's part of a strategy. It does not look planned, I'll be honest. It does not look planned. Avon and Susui, the only ones with slower starts. Wissy is sideways, and I think he went into the rocks as well. Wissy very far behind. The others all quite close now. Except for Wosal with the sole lead. Wosal off the side, huge respawn. Positions changing up. Carl has built himself up to 5th place. So we now see the ending. Richo and Avon facing. Knockout here. Wosal and Wissy both on 3 hearts. Into the end. Susui with a great spin. Carl Jr. in danger. Uh-oh. Carl into the corner here. Will actually be immediately out. Yeah. Yeah. It's not how you want the matches to be decided. But, poof. Everest already hard enough on its own. And then you get no warm-up, and then... Just really hard to do anything about that. He does have 1 more match later. But that will be a very tough one. That will be a very tough one. The match here continues. Stakes are the same as previously. You need top 4 to make it to the better next match between 2nd and 4th. Get that. And 1st place gets direct qualification to grand finals. So we will see who that is. Oh wow, yellow path, crazy. From Link, Wissy, and Wosal. Wissy now fighting for 1st this round. Got away with this mistake previously. Richie very far. Susui also facing knockout here. Wirtual trailing Link backwards. Link's gonna be out of that one. Is Sasui gonna snipe? He is, but... Oh, it barely matters. It barely matters for Sasui. Wow. By 2 tons, he stays in. And knocks Wirtual down to 1 heart. So very close so far. No one running away with 5 hearts like in the Mudog or Naughty matches. We have Wissy on 3, Scrappy on 3. Everybody else has lost 1. And now the golden round. I'm gonna spectate Wirtual because I've seen him have the best starts consistently. See what he can do here. He is gonna risk for it. Not the fastest here, it's Richie. With a good landing, Gwen up there too. Down the hill, oh, Wirtual missing, Wissy missing as well. With a bit of a bounce on the fence. 0.3 ahead for Richie. But he does have to dare to go yellow now to make it worthwhile. Oh, he's gonna go red, Scrappy too. Not full risking it. Like, who was it close by? Is it Gwen? No. Nobody really gaining with the yellow path. Only Link there. Into the ending. Who gets the best spins? Is it gonna be Scrappy's match here? Starting with, nope, no golden heart for him. Link versus Richie. Link 2 sideways. I think Richie gets there, yeah. Richie on 1 heart left gets himself another chance. And a double KO with Richo and Sasui. Also, Scrappy there was about to win the golden heart, but then he risked too much and lost a heart. That's how it can go, right? Now what? Now what are we gonna get? I would want to see Skate. Yeah, I was gonna say Skate, but it would be scripted if I said it early. Skate as the next track. See, there's a small heart here, guys. The pool in the bottom there, that's a heart for you. A blue heart for chat. As we gotta turn our attention to the rounds now, because things are getting serious. Lots of players have lost a heart. It's only Wissy with a full 3 left, and it's a pace map. Lots can happen here. Into this landing, 4th gear matters a lot, sets you up nicely for the flip 2. And then the very important flip is this one, the barrel roll. All 8 players within 3,900s. Richie, very high jump. That's going to cost him a lot. Scrappy landing sideways, also very costly. You can see what I mean. One tiny mistake like that, and everyone else is gone. Over the hills and the slides, into the loop. Gonna be very tough for Scrappy ass. Bottom 2 players this round lose a heart. He needs to pass 2. He passes Wirtual, who is actually just straight up out of this one. The others will not fail the end to such a degree. Can Scrappy find one more? He tries, but it does not look like it. What a round. You needed 102 really to be safe, and a 102.44 by Link. The winning time. Wirtual out, Scrappy down to 1. Round 2. Still 2 players lose a life. You need to see Scrappy cling on. But it is very difficult when you have no room for error anymore. Oh, like that, like that. I hate to feel like there was some cosmic interference here with me talking about it. But Scrappy out. Does not make the top 4 cutoff for the best match, but we'll get one more chance in the same match as Carl Jr. When you have no margin anymore for a fail like that, that's when things can go wrong. You're forced to drive at a 102 pace, and a single mistake gets you out. Who else, though, is gonna lose a heart here? Oh, double mistake. Who respawned faster? Wissy versus Link. Wissy didn't respawn. Wissy respawned. Link didn't. They both go for safe route. Pure cinema. Double safe route with the slow-mo. Who did their homework best? It's Wissy. It's Wissy. Wissy went wide with the speed. Link just drove what he saw. Wissy did some rounds practice here and saw that that is the better safe line. So both Link and Scrappy out in 6-7. Wissy stays in with his full hearts preserved. That one was on purpose. I hate to say it. 2 lives lost still per round. 5 players left. It is annoying how funny the kids find 6-7 so funny. But it is also a bit endearing. You say two numbers and you make the entire chat lose their minds. It's a little fun. First flip up, Wissy clipping, but Gwen too. It's not that big of a difference as they both have been thrown off their best line. And Wissy has gotten away with a lot of criminal fails, honestly. And it looks like he might have a chance at another. Look at this. Take that back to us. There will need to be one more mistake, but Richie just made a fail. And Mime as well. They might not have enough speed for the risky path here. Both of them are coming back. Wissy and Gwen with more speed. This is going to become very close. Wissy somehow finds a way back into the clear. Again, with 3 hearts preserved. I thought I spoke too soon. But he even is shocked by what's going on here. Still with 3 hearts, still leading the match. And now, guys, we go into the golden round. Exactly enough time left for one here. Let's see who gets it. This is the final golden round of this match. Final chance to gain back a heart. Gwen down to 1 now. Richie also down to 1 heart. No clips on the first jump. Stable landing by all. 4th gear should happen for everybody. So fast by Gwen though to dare to push that. Little wobble on the landing so he doesn't extend the head too far. And it's a close field. I mean, look at this. Even Mime and Lass is on good pace. Such a nice flip by all of them. Wissy with more speed than Mime to equalize. Richie bouncing a bit, and it's only Gwen pushing with the perfect line there. Mime bouncing, he might lose a heart. But Gwen is pushing for the golden. 102 mid pace. Apples is there as well. He's driven 102 mid in previous rounds. Now it's a 1v1 up front. Who's gonna get it? Gwen or Apples? Down into the hill. Gwen with the better landing, it looked like. Last flip out. Oh my god, Gwen by 4 thousandths. Just a tiny bit straighter line to the finish. And he gets the golden heart. Mime loses and is down to 1. Wissy down to 2. And it's such a close field. Going into the endings, we've had a very spread distribution of hearts, but this is as close as it gets, honestly, with 5 players left. 2 players lose a heart, and 2 players are on 1 heart left. If it's if it's Richie and Mime, bottom 2, we could go instantly into the top 3. Very volatile now. High stakes. Playing for a chance to get to the grand final. With the 50,000 euro prize pool. Stacked out tournament arena with live spectators, live crowd. May 16th. That is when we will know who wins the entire tournament. But first you have to get there. Look at this round, guys. Oh my. It is crazy how close it is. Right now, Richie, the only player a little bit behind. But he drives a good grass line here. Jumps early to the windmill. That gives good speed. Onto the grass, and it's about how much speed you carry into this wall hug. He misses the approach, but Wissy has it the worst. Richie going very wide now through the rock textures, all valid. That is just a visual, not actually hitbox, and Richie passes Mime. Mime might be out of this one. Last jump, and the result remains Mime out, and Wissy down to 1 heart. And with 4 players left, guys, it's only gonna be 1 heart lost per round, so we will see what happens. That does give you a bit more freedom in terms of trying to survive. You can see if one player makes a mistake, you can pull all the safety stops you have. Right now, Wissy in some trouble. He was first a moment ago on skate in terms of hearts, but now he's down to 1 and he's last in the round by 0.3, 0.4 crossing that split, and he's not gaining anything through the hills. Into the water, catching up towards Richie. At least something to play for, but Richie had such a strong ending. Wissy's wall hug here will need to be perfect. keeping all the speed onto the penalty grass, and keeping the gear there for a longer time. Misses. It's the most wobbly entry. He loses some speed. Maybe a chance, a very slight one in the ending. Air brake. Okay, Richie has low speed. Richie struggling. Wissy passed. Richie also in 1 heart. And Wissy pulls out of the land of the dead and stays alive in the match. Still a chance from here. I thought it was over, but very poor landing from Richie before the snow part. So Richie goes out. But Richie, importantly, goes out in 4th, guys. So he has to play the better match later. 2nd through 4th get to play the better match. And first place directly qualifies. So still an important mark that he hit there. Epos, Gwen, Wizzy. Nobody with a insane amount of hearts. No stomps happening here. It's very close throughout. So far on the map, we've seen Gwen and Epos have clearly superior pace to Wizzy. Oh, Wizzy doing that really well, but then he hits the fence. He hit the fence at the worst time, just as he was picking up the red booster, and that's a second of a gap. It should be, oh, I said so. It should be impossible for him to come back from this deficit, but with how close Gwen is cutting each part here, nothing is over. It's a good wall hug though. It's a very good wall hug and good approach in the turn. And if they get this landing correctly, which they do, it should be all but decided that Wissy is out. Small adjustment onto the railing, and we have our top 2. Now for seeing who qualifies directly. Neither player has been to the Red Bull Faster Grand Finals before. Neither Epos nor Gwen. So we will see who gets to do it directly. The other gets a new chance later. Epos versus Gwen in a best of 3. 1 round on this map, potentially 2 on the next. Start better for Gwen. Just gonna jump further though with the speed. Avoids clipping, better landing Epos. Slight lead for him. Gwen does a better speed slide here and better wall ride entry. It's gonna equalize as they go to the water bounce. 100th apart. I like Epos' approach more. Carries a smoother line over the grass. Advantage him. And that remains through the hills here. Better booster pickup by Gwen. As we go into the water again, 200th apart. Into the mudslides. Better approaches from Gwen now. Significantly so. 2 tenths ahead. Maybe a bit better speed for Epos. Up towards the windmill. It's 0.1. This is anyone's game as they go into the wall hug. That part alone decides 0.2, 0.3 if you get it perfectly. And Gwen has it so much better here. It's going to be advantage him into the ending. 0.3, the jump. It's a fast run too. He gets a bit of a wobble. Avoids colliding with the pillar. And keeps enough speed on the rail. Gwen draws first blood here. Takes the first round. Quick time. And Epos is down to 1 heart. What map is it? What map is it? Oh my. Okay. Obstacle. Like the most close map in terms of pace is the last one here. It's gonna be very interesting. Epos needs 2 in a row. Gwen just needs 1 round now to qualify to the in-person finals. That's a good start for him. Good wall hug. And he gained about 200. He's gotta go close to the red pillar. Full send right, low to the fence. Fly low and then into the no brakes. Touch a bit of the sand on each corner so that it pulls the car more sideways. Into the bug slide. Oh, that's a good hit from Gwen. And a good air brake. He gets a nice nosedive. This is a very fast run. Epos struggling to keep up. 0.17 behind, but he has equalized the speed, so he's not going to lose further time now. He's going to keep this difference into the ending, and the last wood flick will basically decide. Maybe a nosedive here. Slightly better for Epos. This wood flick. Does he get it better? That looks good. Low jump. And he's a couple of hundreds ahead as they bounce to the finish. Great round by both, and it's coming down to 1 final round here between Epos and Gwen. Just 300ths apart to the finish there. Insane stuff by both. I mean, let's see who gets it. Gwen had the better start last time. Who's gonna get the better bumper now? That looked good for Epos. Does the small ramp cut and gets it. He's faster this time. And he's faster overall. Low to the fence by both, they survive. Epos flying further. And it's a bit late to the corner. Oh yeah, that causes problems. He clips. Gwen now has more speed into the plastic hit and therefore also more speed out of it. The gap is going to increase over the stretch here. 0.6 is the difference now. And Gwen just needs to make sure he does get the high speed exit of the wood. If he gets that, he wins. He qualifies to the in-person finals. Is Gwen going to get there? 1.5 seconds. No! Okay, the gap is big enough. He failed it. The nerves were felt by both. But Gwen gets through the cleanest and qualifies to the in-person finals. The 5th spot secured out of 8. Well played to Gwen. Well played to Epos. Epos gets another chance. What a match, guys. Alright, guys. We are into the second match of the second phase of stage 2. Basically, you need to win this round and you guarantee yourself a spot in the grand finals. If you get between 2nd and 4th, you guarantee yourself a spot in final chance. One more match later today. Warm-up has concluded. Same format as there's been the entire day. 4 rounds per track. Slowest 4 to begin with, lose a life. And the last round of the map is a golden round, where everyone can win 1 heart to their tally by being the fastest player to the finish. Here in the start of this map, it's so fascinating. Elcon does this no-spin strategy for consistency. Maybe some other people have picked up on that too, but you can see it's not really faster. I think he just finds it more consistent because he can aim for it. And out of the start, I think they've all survived it. Oh, Sano was kissing a pillar there from what I could see. Kuba's passing him. I wish I was the pillar. Looking at Pack right now, going down into the water. He is also in the red, which is a bit of a surprise, but maybe gets a bit of a better mud flick. Sorry about my mistake here. Gotta be accurate when we're casting. Into the windmill. And what do we see? Rihlik with a fantastic line there. Oh, maybe a bit of airtime though. Not what he was hoping for. Pack's still in danger, by the way. So we're going into the ending. Trailing Spam by a little bit. Jumps far. Not the best flick. Still a chance here for a snipe if he passes. Looks like he has more speed than at least Offie. 1 car off. Positions are going to change. And it is solely Kanjika, Kubas, and Sano all losing a life. Silly mode. Silly mode by the caster. I'll lock in, guys. Oh, wow. Such a high jump by Kubas. That's already 0.4. And it's gonna be a bit more of a struggle afterwards. 0.5 now. Bit wide everywhere. The others are all very close. It might not be Kubas' best map, this one. No mistakes so far. The mud, though. Will anyone slip up? They do add brake taps to gain more speed out of the mud. Kanjika had it really well here. Maneuvering past a lot of people. Into the windmill. Alcon almost struggling. Oh, saves it. And now let's see the wall hug. Great entry by Captain Salmon. And 13th, Sakarim. Smiley Bob. Let's see if they can pass anybody in the ending. Alcon struggling a lot. He is in the red as of right now, and that will remain. Alcon losing a life early on in this match on a map that he looked very comfortable on, so bit of a surprise there. Kubas already down to 1 heart, as we now have 1 more before the golden round. Last chance to pace check. Am I gonna contest for the golden round? Am I gonna just chill and keep my heart without any risk? That is what is going through the players' minds right now. Do I send it? Ooh, Sammy close to the pillar. Wow. Almost went wrong. Spam also very close to the pillars on the low there of the wall ride. Yeah, nothing major in the starts. Perhaps the biggest surprise at the moment is Binks here, who is 0.7 behind after contesting for the win in the previous one. Gets a good mudslide though, passes somebody, and keeps a lot of speed here. Looks like he's losing time, and then he comes back with a faster line. Sano is on a shaky trajectory. Let's go on board with Spam into the ending now. Oh, slight miss on the wall hug. It's still better than Kanjika. Up to the final part. Wobble, but there's so far. Binks is where the safety margin is. Everyone ahead of Binks keeps their hearts, and everyone behind him loses a heart. Kubas instantly out, and Kanjika is down to 1. Let's see who gets the first golden round. Gonna pay attention to that more than the bottom, since we've seen that to matter so much for who wins the match overall. Here we go. 110 low is necessary. Let's check out Sammy. He goes for the spin. Gets a safe margin to the quarter pipe. Doesn't clip. Pack pushing a lot. That's a very different pack in the start of this round than we've seen in the other ones. He looks hungry here. Same for Alcon. Has been safing a bit, but now he is full sending. The splits here typically are 33.3. We're on a 33.2. So that's a faster round. Look at Alcon in the mudslides. Exiting very wide though, maybe too wide. It's actually solely Vagans in the lead for now. QPDB, the rename. Pack, Uffy, Binks, all there. Wall hug time, who gets it the best? Samifying made a mistake, perhaps pushing too much for the golden. And look at Pack's speed into the ending. He passes solely onto trying to pass Uffy. The wobble about equal. Better straighten for Pack. Air brake timing better. Good speed. Oh, does he hold on? Uffy's closing in. The bell, who rings it first? Uffy by 6,000ths of a second. Insane round. But Uffy gets the golden heart. And at the bottom, we see Alcon and Sammy losing a heart for trying to push, as well as Kanjika being out, and Rishlik as well, losing one. But yeah, Alcon down on 1 is a bit surprising, right? Was so close to qualifying previously against Grenadi. At least had a fighting chance. But now down to 1 early on in this match. And there's still a lot of difficult maps left in the pool. Still chances for him to come back to. We see a big mistake by Spam early on here. And he has less speed too, so that's gonna... that gap is gonna extend. Sano and Smiley Bob with the same mistake. Well, 1.5 seconds behind. Sakharim is right now the last player in safety. Into the no slide. Uffy failing. Uh-oh. Does he stabilize? Yeah. Does he get the Neo? Yep. And now he's on a normal trajectory again. Good save. That was getting scary. Different approaches here. Into the water. No mistakes should happen here. It should be all safe. And indeed, Sano, Smiley Bob, Spam making big mistakes. Not getting away with it without taking some damage. I learned a new thing recently. There's an expression in English, which is to get away with something scot-free. Basically means he got away like harmless, without incurring any penalty, without any damage. That is of Nordic origin. Because taxes in Norwegian is skatt. So if you get away skattefritt, scot-free, you get away without getting taxed. Interesting little lesson. It's a Norwegian origin word, or Scandinavian, I suppose, but kind of cool. It's not related to the Scottish, I don't think. Alcon, la la la. Alarm for Alcon right now, and his fan base. The adrenaline junkie is in trouble, and he needs your help. I don't think he's making it out of this one. Uh-oh. Can he find something? I mean, the map just kind of plays itself from this point onwards. 4 players of the skill level. It's just turn left, turn right. Maybe they could miss a drift here, or lose a little bit of time in this drift up here, but in general, it's quite straightforward. And yeah, Elcon out together with Smiley Bob. But it is a very stacked field, so hard to get through. One last chance for Elcon to qualify later today. On board with Sammy now. It's been driving some fast starts on this map, and I haven't really seen the endings. But that is a very clean approach over the fog machines. Into the wall right here. Smooth line. This is an important corner around the well, around the fountain. And he gets that one good too, and everyone really has gotten this good. Like, for how chaotic this map can be, guys, this is a insane round that is being driven right now. A lot of speed into here, and now we're gonna see people risk the nose slide. Captain Salmon, the first to fall. Bottom 3 lose a life. Sano being overtaken by Binks with more speed. Uffy as well, down there. Inside line by Binks and Uffy, very good to bring them back into the clear. Alright guys, hello. I have, frankly, no idea what just happened. Everything froze, and my game froze as well, and my stream froze. So we will continue now. We are midway through the match. It's a bit unfortunate if you're watching the VOD to see what happened, but yeah. What happened after Smiley Bob? Apparently, Samifying lost another heart, and Rishley got eliminated. Top 7. That is going to, I think, rapidly decrease to about top 5 after this map. Because such a hard track to drive consistently. People will make mistakes if you're on. 1 life left, very hard to get through. Pack Golden Round, thank you for the update, yep. So he's up to 4 together with Uffy. Insane stuff. Out of the start here, it's solely Vagans and Sakharim who are trailing the most. Now, which path do they take? Yellow or... oh, Uffy on yellow. Also Soli. Realizes he has to. Gets a bit closer to that. But still so far. Bink struggling a bit. Maybe there's a chance for Soli here to come back. Sakharim, I think, is fully in the mud. Soli turning around early. Spam in a bit of trouble. Going wide, maybe Sakharim has a chance, but no. Soli saves himself. Spam out in 6th and Sakharim in 7th. And we're down to 5 players. What's the tournament record here? Apparently, has that not gotten saved? They should both be correct, but... sorry, one moment. Okay, back in the round. Yeah, that hasn't gotten saved. I'll fix that in a bit. It's a 57.6. Close round here by all the players. Sammy in last, and it's a bad spot to be in. I mean, only 1 life left. Has to get past 2. He could drive a clean run here, but it might still not be enough from this spot onwards. Goes red, doesn't want to deal with yellow. The players that are closest to him all go yellow path and get it good. Such a gap to have to recover from. Needs the best end ever, honestly. But that's a good setup. He's full sending. Can Sammy do it? Can he pull something out of the hat? Past Solivagans. Binks is there. Pack is slow. Sammy gets past 3 out of 4 opponents in the last 360s and saves himself. What an ending. Solely down to 1 heart, Pack down to 3. I thought it was over for Sammy, but I did not know his game. I apologize. I was not familiar with his 360s. My god, that is the lines of a man that has about 180 hours of gameplay on these tracks. What a save. Crazy stuff. Oh, there's a big mistake in the start, and it's actually by Uffy, the guy with the most hearts at the moment, and then Samifying as well. This is why... Oh, wait. Okay, I was gonna say for Sammy, it's a big problem that there's 2 players losing health per round, because even in a situation like this, he's still in danger. But now he's quite close to Soli. Oh, he's going yellow. Oh, he's mixing it up. He dares. And maybe he has to. Passes Soli though on the snow slide, beautifully done into the 360s. Can he hold on? It's the same for Soli. It is do or get knocked out, and Sammy Flying's ending is pristine. Soli's is not. Sammy makes it to the top 4 here, and Soli is out at 5th. Yeah, Sammy's ending here is nasty. He could even win the golden round, you know? Binks driving 58.01, a fantastic time, but I think Sammy can breathe a lot easier now, because making it to the final chance match is such an achievement. Oh, there won't be a golden. Sorry, yeah. We just hit the threshold. No golden round. Good spot. So Sammy will have to play the entire rest of the match with 1 heart. He will not breathe easy then. But he's also done a very difficult task in staying alive here and making it. And he's gonna fight. He's gonna fight with this, even with a slow start. Uffy's slow. Binks into the fence. Fully stuck for Binks. That is a massive gap. I mean, he can't get up the hill. 6 seconds, yeah. They can, from this point on, do red route and safe entirely. And Uffy still decides to go yellow. Brave. Brave decision. Here you can even go safe path. But they are going for the spins. Oh, hang on. Okay, good save by Uffy. Almost thought that was going to be a disaster, but he makes it down unscathed. Scot-free we were talking about. And Binks is the one to lose a heart. Top 4, they're all pretty happy about that, I imagine. But they're so close now, again, to making it through. Only the top 1 here gets a direct qualification ticket to the finals. They will be our 6th finalists. In Amsterdam, May 16th. That's when the grand finals are happening. And they all so desperately want to get there with all the practice they've put in. Comes down to these couple of rounds, whether you make it or not. Samifying flip very far, very high. It's low speed into this part, which has got me a bit worried. But Uffy is... Oh, Sammy missed the drift. This is low speed for a very long time here, guys. The speed disadvantage does not go away until they initiate the drift right here. And he is 0.2 behind Uffy, who does get a good drift himself. Lands up top. Sammy's bouncing. This is very likely Sammy out here in 4th in this one. Into the ending, they all get it cleanly. Sammy out in 4th. But an incredible effort to stay in the running in Everest. Now the top 3. Pack, Binks, and Uffy. Still 3 more rounds of skate to play. So the pace matters a lot. We saw 102.6 by Pack. I believe the winning pace is going to be around there. 102.7, 0.8 are strong runs. But they all know a sub 103 is necessary to feel confident you're not going to lose a heart. That's been the level throughout the day. Very wide setup from Uffy there. Coming back with a lot of speed, it balances out. So close here though. 600s apart, the flip. Who goes the lowest? That's low from Uffy. Lands a little wobbly. No speed advantage to be seen. 200s again. Apart by everybody. Close in the slide. And it's Binks pulling away in first. Uffy 0.1 behind. Pack maybe getting a bit of a gap for himself too. Up on the platform, release now to keep the gear in the landing. Pack going a bit wide. Maybe Uffy gets a bit closer. No, the landing's too shaky. Also into the loop. Too low speed. Pack and Binks survive. Uffy loses a heart. 102.4 and 102.5 is a really fast round. This is, yeah. Not losing a heart here, guys, is high pressure. We said 102 to be safe, but that's no longer the level. The level has risen. They gotta go extremely fast here to earn their spot. Early release for Pack for the speed into the bowl. That's a really good line. Does he get this jump though? Tough with the approach, but he does make it. 15.03 checkpoint. It's a banger start actually. A little wide. Not the best landing. Uffy struggling to keep up with the pace still. 0.3 behind Binks and Pack. You can see the biggest gap we've seen so far in this map between those three. And it remains after the flip. Uffy doesn't gain anything here. Oh, but he has more speed than Pack. He is getting closer actually. That was a very good water slide by Uffy to make this interesting in the ending. Not quite. Oh yeah, I thought he wasn't fast enough and he's not. He's not. Uffy clips again. Pack and Binks keeping it clean. And they will bring him down to 1 heart. To 1 heart left. 102 here, guys. Generally is a very good run. Very, very fast. Last round of skate. No golden round. With only 3 players left. Pack again going for this late low jump. This time he bumps and that brings him down a tad in pace. Keeps 4th. Good line. Uffy again struggling in the start here, but his ending is very strong. Just cannot leave too much time on the table here before they get to that part. He lands sideways. He has slower speed. It's not a good landing in the water slide. That's about 2 seconds lost. Needs a miracle now. A rare mistake from either Pack or Binks have been relentless on this map. Flawless. 102 machines. By both. And they are not stopping. They're not tripping up. This will be our final of this match here. Binks versus Pack. 3 hearts for Pack, 2 for Binks. Uffy out. 1 versus 1. Binks versus Pack. Fresh map. What is it gonna be? We're gonna see obstacle. And this is guaranteed the last map. It will be decided here. Very interesting map, pace-based. Love to see it. Here we go. The final of the match. Either Pack or Binks here will get a direct ticket to the grand finals. Who is it going to be? Pack with 3 hearts, Binks with 2. And just a 1 versus 1. Last player standing wins. Better start in this round for Pack. They're both finding their flow. The checkpoint splits, not the fastest we've seen. A little bit slow uphill there for Binks, 0.2 difference. And now the downhill. This is where in the warm-up, Pack hit the fence on the left. He's probably going to leave himself a little bit extra margin. Look at that. Binks with no confidence problems there. Catches up a ton and overtakes him to the ending. But typically, it's very hard to hit this ending, and Binks still gets it done correctly and takes the first round, bringing them to an equal score. 2 hearts left for both players. Like, what happens in the warm-up shapes a lot on how you play, right? And now we gotta see if Pack can dare more in that part. It's a very strong ending by Binks. Better start for Binks. He does get this brake trick really well. Oh, this is a nasty split. 8-12. Already getting a 10th there by tapping brake on the first pipe. Good low line from Pack to catch up basically all of that. But now he missed the approach a tiny bit. Into the sand, round the corner, release, accelerate, so that you get the plastic hit well, and they're equal now. But we saw Binks' end. Can Pack keep up this time? They're literally side by side, 3 thousandths apart. We go down the loop, 6 thousandths now. This time Pack gets closer. He gets the better line. He gets the nosedive into the ending, trailing Binks now. And can he get the high speed on? No, he cannot. Pack takes it around himself and brings Binks down to 1 heart, 52.6. A good time. A very good time. Pack strikes back. So he's finding the flow, more confidence on the sand part, the no slide, the nose dive, and the wood flick. Again, though, look at Binks' start. Slightly better landing. A better wall hug from Pack now. Keeping up, 8-15. That's a great split. Up the wall. Both players leaving a little bit of room, not risking it too much. There's more to be done in the ending. Don't want to crash here. For Binks, it's his last chance. Into the wall. That's a very good plastic hit and air brake. Binks is going to have a lot of speed. Oh, but he clipped the landing slightly. Ever so slightly. Is that the difference maker? Can he find some time against Pack in the ending? Down onto the bridge. Close to the fence for Pack. Does he get the nosedive? Not quite. Both jumping far. High speed matters for the flick, and Binks. He finds a lot of speed in the landing. Is it enough? It is not. Pack is going to take a ticket to the grand finals, joining the other 5 players so far. 6 out of 8 final spot have been collected, and Pack will be there. Very well played by him throughout. Binks, though, giving him a run for the money. That was very close in the ending. Guys, we're starting. This is not about top 4, not about top 12. It is only about winning. This is the final match of the quali. Winner here takes all and goes to the grand finals in Amsterdam. Too many good Trackmania players. Why can't there be a 16-player LAN final? That is also valuable feedback. Like, we could have an even bigger group getting a placement at LAN. It would be nice. It's mostly a question of venue hours and venue capacity. Like, renting a venue, guys, is quite expensive, so the longer you want to rent it for, the pricier. But it would be cool. I mean, doing an entire weekend tournament at LAN is also really sick, but some limitations. First round, Link with the first mistake of this one. Plus 2 seconds, and here, guys, this match is certainly more stacked than the previous 2 we've seen. You will not get through with a 2-second mistake, I don't think. Like, you are gonna lose health then. The players who've gotten this far are so consistent and so fast that it's unlikely we really see much of any mistakes. You can see just how close it is. Off he crashes. Avon, okay, I take it back, maybe. Maybe Link does have a chance. Offie's plus 5. Richa as well. But Link needs one more. And in the ending here, it's all but a formality for these guys. They hit the bell, and they secure their spots. Link, Richo, Offie, and Avon lose a heart. Semi 110.3, very fast. Do the finalists have to pay to get to the finals? No. Red Bull pays travel costs and hotel, actually. So you just show up and play on the day and compete for the prize pool. All covered. This time around, no mistakes on the start. Oof, Avon was so close to both walls there. Unbelievable he made it through. Through the water bounds. Offie and Appos a step above the others with 26 low there. Very fast. Other than that, such a close field. Irishlik gets a bit of airtime and falls down, Samifying as well into the wall. Irishlik going wide, but Sammy is very far behind with that 1-second mistake. Let's follow Binks perhaps at the tail here. Gets a very good transition and a good wall hug. Look at the speed. It's so satisfying to see someone get a good ending there. They just flow past the other players like it's effortless. Irishlik in trouble. Wosal trying to snipe Wissy here for keeping his health bar perfect, and he does. Wissy, Irishlik, Sammy, and Salmon all lose a heart, and so far 8 players have each lost 1 life each. It's the closest match there could be. Everyone else 3, but you see, very close field so far. No one down in 1 heart. Oh, Apples beat the tournament record. Wow. 109.99. Nice to do that when it matters. Didn't catch that at all, but yeah. He did have a very fast start with Offie, so makes sense It materialized. Wosile. Ow, that hurt to watch. That was painful. I wish I clicked off sooner. That was very painful. Yeah, he's gonna lose a heart. Avon as well in some trouble with +3. As we're seeing now, Epos close to the red after his tournament record. Still in good shape though, past Offie and Richo. It stands. Into the windmill, no big mistakes here. Link has had a clip of some kind, he's very slow. That's gonna keep going all the way to the end here, he might be... Yeah, he's very close to the red. It's still Salmon there. Offie DNF, by the way. Down to just 1 heart after 3 rounds are played. Offie, Salmon, and Avon all on 1 heart. And the thing here is, Offie was in the finals last year. So, crazy, he's now down to just 1 bullet, effectively. With much of this match to play, several maps. Has to maybe commit for a golden here to have realistic chances. He did have a start that matched Epos. But now it's do or die. That's a very good first spin. And good speed slide setup. So clean. Low wall ride. Ahead by 500ths and ahead by everybody. Alcon joins the frame. He wants a piece of the pie. Same for Sammy. Link as well. Offie dropped the gear. That makes it very unlikely he's going to win the round. Just that tiny time loss there. Because you would think someone of the top players will not make mistakes for the second half here. 4-player battle up front. Salmon might be eliminated at the back there, but let's watch the battle for the golden heart. Is it going to be Alcon? He is on tournament record pace with a checkpoint like that, maybe even world record pace. It's an insane run by both Sammy and Alcon. Sammy takes first before the end, but Alcon gets the important wobble over the snow. Link Max joins the frame too. Alcon wobbly before the rail. He tries to correct, but he misses it, and it's actually Link that wins the golden heart. Alcon down into the red after failing the end. Offie out. Yeah, Alcon had such a shaky downhill that he couldn't quite stay on. Offie not going to the finals this year, and neither is Captain Salmon. How many players qualifying from second chance in total? This match, 1 player. Everyone else is out. Wosile also was in the finals last year. He's down to 1 heart. On his final chance too. There's been many new players qualifying so far. Out of the 8 players that were there last year, if memory serves me right, we only have 3 repeats so far. So, it's cool to see. Cool to have some new players stepping up into the Red Bull finals. Different paths here. Alcon up top, also mine up top. Maybe they've practiced that line together. But such a close field. Anyone on the right? No, they're all on the plastic route. Wow. Rare to see this. Samifying leading the charge. Small mistake there by Avon. Has him dropping into the red. Bottom 3 lose a heart. Rishlik hits the wall. That's him into the red. Link is down there too. And Richie in the last red spot here. But he gets the low jump. He's now very close to Wosile. Better release timing will make the comeback happen. They're side by side. Impossible to call. Who gets it? Ooh, they both get through. Because Wissy failed the end. I didn't see that. But had it been the battle, Wosile would win by 3 thousandths. Carl Jr. only needs Dutch citizenship in the next couple of minutes and he could get through. I mean, how quick can he file some marriage papers or something? There's still technically a chance we see Carl in the finals, true. Any Dutchies in chat willing to take one for the team and propose to Carl in the next minutes? Let us know, let us know. It's a crazy comment. Second round of railways. Elcon now far in the red. He was also in the finals last year. Deep in the red. He's catching up to Richo. It's still not enough. And Wissy's down there too. Wissy has to go for the safe route. That is almost certainly him fully out. Up the jump. Oh, there was a clip there. That was Avon. Elcon actually might be in the clear just now if he holds his position ahead of Rishlik, and he will. Wosal out, Wizzy out, and Avon out. Wosal not going to the in-person finals again, unfortunately. GG. Triple KO. Very equal scoreboard now. Only Rishlik on 1 heart, Richo on 2. So only really danger right now for Rishlik. Oh, we do see someone go top path. Was that Link? No? Someone had a very inside drift there. Maybe Link adapting. But rapidly losing hearts here, Link. He was on a healthy 3 a moment ago. This looks almost certain to be down to 1 now. And the battle between Elcon and Richie. Elcon passing. Clawing his way back by the looks of it. Still missing a bit though. To join the others in the safe zone. Had a good end last time. Will that do the trick here? Mime slowing down a bit. Elcon almost catching up to Richo. Just needs something. He releases early. Tries to get a speedy landing. That's going to pass a ton of people. And it's Epos losing a heart. Epos, Richie, and Link losing 1. Link down to 1 health. We saw Link drive a 1:04.95 here just minutes ago to claim the tournament record. Can Link now get a golden heart with a similar performance? The winning pace always around 1:05.5 so far, but 1:04 earlier looked so effortless by Link. Let's see if he can do it. A mistake means elimination, but a golden heart gives him a lot to play for. And look at this start. Super smooth lines. 22.90 is a fantastic split. But he missed the line. And he... Oh! Why did he DNF? Oh, I guess, yeah. Even with Richo and Elcon making mistakes, it would be far. Because they'd still need 1 more spot, right? But it was a strong effort. It was a strong effort. Wow, what a safe jump. Rishlik wanted to visit the moon before driving to the finish. They all make it. Elcon and Richo down to 1 heart. And it's Samifying claiming the golden heart. I stopped paying attention to that. Sammy gets the golden up to 3. Now what? What do we get now? How about a skate? Okay. It's a random guess. It was a random guess. Guys, I actually don't know. I really don't know the map board. What do you guys think? I have it all scripted? I know that it's gonna end up in a dramatic final where there's 6 players on 1 heart left. Bottom 2 players lose a life. 3 players on 1 health point. Cannot afford to fall down there. Not once in the next 4 rounds. It's a big ask. It's almost a guarantee someone gets eliminated on this map. It's a fight for survival. Mime with a very wide line and low gear, I believe. Speed reset still on the landing, and it's all very close. Now the flip. Apple's going very high, same with Rishlik, but Rishlik is last before the flip, and he is very far into the red afterwards. And the water slide, getting quite a lot of speed. We can see Mime there, trailing. Catching up to Richo. Onto, oh, I was gonna say onto the platform, but he has to respawn. Rychlik is there. Both are +3. I think this means Rychlik out. And it does indeed. Mime down to 2 health points. Rychlik fully out. Let's see. Out of the top 7. Who gets there? Oh, Richie with an awkward line, in my opinion. Epos even more so, +25? Not sure what happened. But he stabilized. Up to the dive. Speed reset, they're all pretty equal once more. Uh-oh. Epos with a big mistake. Tries to continue best he can. But that, I could tell immediately it was going to be too low. Still bottom 2 losing a heart, so Mime here, not safe yet either. Lost one previous round. Sammy in danger. Side by side with Richo. Both past Mime. Did Mime clip that jump? Yes, he did. And him and Apples are very far behind. Sammy and Richo can chill. They've made it through this one, but now it's volatile. We have... Am I seeing that right? We have 4 players down on 1 heart. Binks and Semifying on 3. Richie on 2. And there's still 1 full round to play here before any hearts can be regained. And a golden round is guaranteed, guys. Apples with a beautiful quarter pipe jump. That was... just so smooth. Up the wall. I'll land the flip. Another great start by Apples. Now he needs to adjust his aim correctly. 1 time too high, 1 too low. This one pretty safe, but he gets on by. Who had the worst of it? Is that Binks in last? For now it is. And also the lowest speed of the field. Not quite getting closer. Mime though in danger. Binks clips. And is unlikely to come back from this. Who is going to be the unlucky one? It's a lot of players with 1 health point down on the bottom, but Richie might be in the red with Binks, meaning everyone survives for 1 more round. And that is indeed gonna happen. Oh my god. I predicted 6 players with 1 heart. We're right now at 5 before the golden round. This prediction is not too awful. Last round of skate now. So insanely volatile. This can't go on. Someone is bound to lose. Who is it gonna be? You gotta feel for all the players. They've been competing all day, playing so many matches, many of them getting so close, being right at the doorstep to the finals, but falling short in their matches. Mime was in a final, Elcon was in a final, Sammy was in a final. Apples himself was very close, can't remember if that was the final. Binks as well. And now they're all here and only one can make it through. The flip, they all get it, but it is right now Richo and Richie that have the worst of it. Richo 1.2 behind with a wobbly water slide. Not looking good for him. Through the loop, Richie fighting back, trying to catch up to Semifying. And Elcon up on the platform. Is he fast enough? He clips. He has low speed. He's not likely to survive this one. Appos might get the golden heart up front, regaining his health up to 2 points. That looks like it's going to happen with a 1:02.47, almost tournament record. And Richie and Richo are both out in 6th and 7th. Appos on 2 hearts, Binks on 2, Sammy on 3. Mime and Elcon on 1 heart each. And now, ladies and gentlemen, now that the match is at its peak intensity, I would really wish that we travel to the peak, so I'm gonna clasp my hands together and summon the mountain. Please summon the mountain. How cinema, if it's the mountain. Ah. Still hype though, still hype. 2 players lose a life, bottom 2. And mistakes are very costly on Soapbox. A crash is basically a guaranteed lost heart. Elcon and Mime cannot afford anything at all going wrong. First drift. Sammy drifting a bit extra, making sure he doesn't fail it. Like in the warm-up, and he's made it through. Now the important fountain turn here. Gotta get early grip to the left, don't want to hit the inside. They all make it through, but Appos with a bit of a slow one. Sharp drift into the dirt. It's Appos and Sammy, bottom two. Now the water drift. Gotta build a lot of speed before the no slide. Appos getting a huge speed gain there. Maybe passing Elcon, but it's Sammy left alone in the back here. 0.2 behind everyone. Needs a great end to catch back up. Everybody else is on great pace. Basically equal. Sammy has a bit more speed than Elcon, but that alone won't do it. He presses the steering so hard. He activates the horn. Last turn. Binks in first. Elcon. Is he going to save it? Yes. And indeed, everybody survives the round. Binks loses a heart and Sammy as well. Binks down to 1, Sammy down to 2. 108 low by everybody. Fantastic round. Like, the level is so high right now. Appos and Sammy on 2. The other 3 on their last heart of the tournament. No! Binks! A moment of distraction. A moment where he lost concentration. Oh, Sammy! Crashing as well into the hay bales. This round is all but settled. The start can sometimes be so dangerous if you're not fully focused. You're thinking about how to adapt in the difficult parts, how to handle the troubles in the later part of the track, and then, oh, suddenly you're into the wall. Oh my, it's going to be so tense. Appos on 2 and everybody else on 1. Binks out this year also. Last year he got so close to making the finals. And this year too. Just not quite. Just not quite. Don't think we'll see any mistakes here. No point in risking anything. Just a formality, and they all finish their runs. Sammy on 1, Elcon on 1, Mime on 1, and Appos on 2. Only one player loses a heart each round from now. Minimum of 2 rounds left and a maximum of 3, guys. Pretty crazy. It could end on this map. No, wait, that's not correct. Minimum of 3 rounds left. Anyway, let's take stock of the situation. Mime in last right now. Cannot afford any mistake by anybody. It's so tense. Who is going to be the first to crack under the pressure? Right now, they're all performing up to the expectations of the fans of themselves. With everything they have practiced for. Hundreds of hours of effort coming down to these next couple of rounds. Some are going to be heartbroken. Could it be Sammy missing the drift in this so important round? The ending is 20 seconds, 10 seconds away. And there's not much track left. The ending is the most simple part. I don't know if Sammy's going to make it through. He missed that one drift. And that is all it takes. Samifying. 3 rounds away from qualifying. But he is out. Appos versus Mime versus Elcon. We did see at the start of this map he looked so nervous. And even under the nerves, Sammy played well, but the level is crazy here. Completely crazy. Now the last round of Soapbox. Elcon inside line. Does he make it through? Yes, but low speed. How long will this last for? Yes, a very good wall entry. Is just where he needs to be. That is wide though. Oh, he's a bit wide. Leaving some time towards Mime and Appos. Appos having to adapt his drift also. None of them are playing perfect. They're playing as best they can at the end of a long day. Building speed now for the no slide. Appos has a ton. If he hits this no slide, he's going to propel far ahead. Elcon just has to pass Mime to give himself a new chance. Mime trying to fend him off. Elcon touches. Elcon touches in the downhill. The pressure's getting to everybody. Mime clipping a little bit, but not losing speed. Survives through the water. The last drift to the finish. We have our 1 versus 1. Epos versus Mime. Alcon made the top 8 last year, but this year falling just short. Good performance on the day, but barely outside the qualification. It's a 50-50. We get Everest or we get Obstacle, I believe. Obstacle and... Oh, it's Obstacle. And I think it is perhaps good it ends on Obstacle. This is a map where both Epos and Mime have a lot of pace, and it will be decided in clean driving itself. Here we go. Could be the last round of the quali for these two. Mime with a better start, gets the brake tap better, and an earlier landing, already a 10th in his favor as they go into the wall. Gotta get close to the fence on the right side. Epos pushing to recover. The time lost in the start, gets a couple of hundredths there. Onto the sand, better flicks by him. Overtaking now, into the bug slide. Who gets the better plastic hit? Equal, air brake about equal to, side by side. As they go up the hill, it's 200ths in favor of Mime before the loop down. The right turn onto the sand will be very important. The left turn, rather. Close to the fence. Epos has it better. Now the wood flick will decide it. Will Epos close it out here? Or will Mime buy himself more time? Buy himself one more chance? The uphill in favor of Epos. Wall hug. And Epos will close it out here. A great final by both these two. But Epos secures himself a Red Bull Faster Finals for the first time. By a couple of hundredths. 500ths to spare. What a day of matches it's been, guys. After everything is played out, over 8 hours of Trackmania, we have a final that consists of Mudda, Mussa, Bren, Grenadi, Gwen, Pack, Epos, and Spam. May 16th is when it starts. I hope to see a lot of you guys watch online. Those of you that got tickets, can't wait to see you guys in person. Hope you guys make a lot of noise. It's gonna be great. 50,000 euro prize pool. The winner gets 17,000 of those. It's gonna be pretty insane. I want to give, at the end of the day here, a massive thanks to Red Bull for putting on this event. Also a massive thanks to Aegon by AOC, the sponsor of the event. And to Chem for putting up the servers, to the mappers for building these great tracks for rounds. We can really see how entertaining they are to watch. And to you guys, heart for the chat. Thank you for watching. Thank you for making this event what it is.